What is up, everybody, and welcome back to your very controversial Wednesday regularly scheduled hostilities with your host, Chuck Winchester, with your host, Josh Seaboard, and with your host, still reigning, still defending, the RSH heavyweight champion of the world, Yvonne D. Board. What is going on, ladies and fellas? How y'all doing this rainy Wednesday evening?
Good.
All right.
Good. Lots of controversy in today's news. Most of it's probably false.
Yep, exactly.
So, as what it is. If you all came here to watch, oh, they're going to talk about that, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
We're not really one for clickbait shit. I never got into clickbait stuff.
I don't.
Starting this podcast, our goal is not to spread information that's not true.
Sure.
And today there has been a lot. I got woke up to
Same.
15 texts from oh, is this?
Same.
It's hold on. So I messaged Raj.
Oh, nice.
And I was like,
did he respond?
Yeah. He said, I said Saudi. He said, hell no.
Hell yeah.
Unless you hear it or a Raj or even Meltzer was all aboard the Saudi train this morning.
Oh,
and
for sure.
If I'm not listening to anybody but rapper Raj at this point,
Right.
because now they've came out and said, we were wrong.
They denied it. The thing is, it started somewhere.
That
Clearly,
one didn't even make sense.
It's getting sold for sure, obviously.
Right.
But
Saudi, it's
it'd be weird if it was Saudi.
well, yeah, because they have all the best golfers in the world over there and they can't get a TV deal.
Right.
So what's going to happen? How do you get WWE on TV? And there's people they're partnered with Disney. Yeah, they're a small part of Disney. They don't own it.
Right.
It's not being sold to Saudi. And then I love the report that Vince had this under the table, and he planned on getting busted for sexual harassment. Apparently, in his head, and so he put the Saudi deal together. Then he got arrested for sexually harassing women, and then he
was let go.
Put himself back in because that was all his plan. That I heard that earlier too. That was all staged. He saw, I'm gonna turn myself in for fucking bitches in my car. It's no, that's not what happened. There's just so much. Then it gets to the point where 30 people later, I get to them two, and I'm just fuck both of you. I'm over it.
Yeah.
And I'm yelling at them. But be smarter.
It started somewhere.
It's like Chuck screaming, are you upset the Ravens beat the Bengals Sunday?
They didn't.
You know what? Yeah. So why are you guys upset about something that hasn't happened yet? And
this Monday.
And you're clinging to
this Sunday.
Rumors. Hey, I think the Ravens could win. I mean, he's not going to start crying about the Bengals losing because it hasn't happened yet.
Sure.
It's with all this bottled up energy and shit, you guys, as a wrestling community, you're wasting all your time bitching and bitching about something that may never happen. But even if it did happen, you've wasted all the time that the thing that you apparently love is happening. You're not even enjoying it because you're spending all of your time bitching. So what's the end game? You bitch the whole time and Vince is back. Well, you wasted the last however long it took Vince to get back bitching. And I love Triple H. No, you don't.
No,
you missed this whole WrestleMania run bitching on Twitter.
Exactly.
I really enjoyed the last 6 months.
Or Triple H, which I think personally is going to stay where he is. And then that goes forward. You spent 3 months or however long bitching for no reason. So you're an idiot either way. So just don't bitch until you have a reason to bitch. I used to wake up today's going to suck. You know what? I don't really do it anymore. When it starts sucking, I bitch about it, but I don't do it.
Whiskey coffee. That's the mention.
Yeah, well, I can't do that. I got way too many meetings in close quarters at work in the morning. If I work from home,
I talk to people too much. They would hear me slur and be like, what the fuck? So I can't do that either.
I think give it a week. Let's get some information. It just broke all this morning. Hell broke loose at 6:30 a.m. our time on the East Coast.
It started with Stephanie resigning last night.
Yeah,
and then it just carried over.
But there's nobody has info.
Well, the fact is, Vince is officially back in a capacity, and that's what I don't like. I don't know. I can't attest to Saudi or any of that shit, but I'm just nervous.
That people that we trust
I'm nervous.
Have confirmed it's not getting sold to Saudi.
Well,
right now the favorite is Comcast, which owns NBC and Peacock and USA.
That would be the one that makes sense.
The only thing that suck out of that is, they'd get a huge payday. WWE would, which I completely understand. Vince wanting to cash in on his granted for 7 months. Vince has been a creator for like fucking 75 years.
Yeah.
So I understand that he does deserve to profit off of it because without him,
sure,
the business isn't here.
Right.
He's
now
already
him taking
profited.
over, I get that, but like the sell, like he bought it for
The
$1
sell.
million.
I think the sell's a good idea.
Yeah, like
I just hope Vince, once it sells, he goes away.
well,
again.
but I'm reading is he wants to cash out and go away.
I hope
There
that's
you
true.
go. I hope
That's
so, too.
that's
And then
best
they're
case
going to
scenario.
run it.
That's
and
best
then
case scenario.
part of the deal supposedly is they do like no company wants to take it and then throw their people in because they have no fucking idea what they're doing.
Sure,
So
they
you
want
keep
the
the
viewer.
same
They want the
team.
viewership.
Yeah, so
They want the
I'm not
product.
freaking out about it yet.
I'm
'Cause
not
everything
either.
I've read, and I know there's a lot, dude. There's clickbait, like fake Royal Rumble. This is the Royal Rumble sheet.
I
It's
know,
like
seriously.
those are
CM Punk was on.
like those guys. Those are meant for you guys to
Right.
views, which get them money, and then you bitch about it on
Yeah.
Twitter, and like you're just wasting your time.
That's why I don't get on Twitter anymore.
Like,
Also, that's
stop
bad.
wasting your
Yeah.
time. That's why we're not going to waste your time any 6 minutes and 49 seconds we have. Because next week, if there's enough info, we will talk about it. I'm going
Yeah.
to try to get Bebe on to get another perspective. So,
He's hit or miss.
or I'm going to try to get Raj to come on and maybe educate us on how this, like,
That's
what's
what-
actually going on.
somebody's actually in.
So I want an actual journalist. We speculate.
Sure.
He thinks Vince is going to have his fucking colossal takeover. I think it's damn near impossible with all
I
the
do too.
stipulations he has to go through.
I do.
Yvonne thinks is sick of hearing both of us argue. So like we're going.
Yes, sir.
Look, Raw's coming up Monday.
Yep.
Triple H's first road to WrestleMania. I'll guarantee you that's happening.
It's
So
happening.
let's fucking enjoy it.
Yeah.
And we had a
Why
really
we
good
can't-
week of wrestling again.
We did another
I
great
agree.
And
week.
us three are about to fix is the wrong word. Improve AEW and WWE here in a
Improve.
few minutes.
That's
Done.
huge.
So we each
Now
got
that's
5
huge.
ways to improve each product. Now this came to mind when I was watching AEW on DVR the other night. Because I was like, I'd change this. Like this was good. I would move it here. I would
Sure.
do this. So like, what would they do? And boom, here it is.
And I actually watched a full episode of
I
AEW
did.
Dynamite.
I mean, I
Chuck
skip the
did, yeah.
commercials and like when certain people talk, I turn it.
That's what I did.
I'm the
too.
boss. Like, yeah, Britt, that's cute. She's not going to AEW. He's not going to AEW anymore either.
I hope
Gee,
not. 'Cause
she's
she
not.
sucks.
They said she's inevitably going to be. They're like, if she ain't at the Rumble, they'll be shot.
I hope she just stays the fuck away. But I enjoyed AEW for the most part. I didn't care for the women's match. I'm not gonna
NXT
lie.
was pretty stellar
knock
last
this
No,
night.
down.
I half time I don't either.
NXT
It's hard
was
to
good.
enjoy it though. It's hard.
Andre Chase leading off NXT though, screaming at it. His student was like, he's like, "What are you writing?
I'll
He's
show,
like,
I'll show you that.
Get out of my
thing.
classroom!" And I was like, "This Chase dude is."
I love him.
Money.
And he
love
he
it.
worked another main event match, which is cool about Raw because we'll get to
We'll
see
see.
main event. We'll see
Hopefully
an
he's
NXT talent
He's screaming.
on a main event
Raw.
because
I
they'll
love
tape
Andre
that.
Chase.
They'll do the NXT one match because they tape one on Raw and one on SmackDown. So we'll get a dark match.
Makes sense.
Oh, and Gender's on NXT now.
Oh,
So-
I did
gross.
see that.
So
Okay.
Veer, something happened to Veer.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he was debuting, now he's missing. So Gender showed up.
Hinder,
and,
Jinder,
I think
don't
lack of
start.
creative happened to
Don't
Veer.
start.
yeah.
I think I felt.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I forgot how big Gender was.
He
in this.
is
like
big.
he was
Big
him and Seth was the first ever NXT championship match.
That's fair.
And Gender was the overwhelming fan favorite. Like he was over. Like Bo Gender and all those like they were big in
Hinder,
NXT.
Jinder.
Unfortunately,
All right, well, good. We got
I
over.
wonder where
I didn't
he
have to
ended
put
up.
this awkward banner up that says, "Hey, everybody, what's going on in the wrestling world?" So
it's very boring this
we
week.
will delete that.
Very boring. Huh?
Nothing
All
wrong.
right, so let's transition. Like
Very.
we said, we get more info that we can logically
We'll let
talk
you know.
about it. We will, but I'm not going to guess on what was his name. Body Slam 92 on Reddit reported was the first. Like you guys are getting ridiculous.
to be
okay?
fair-
I call you guys stupid as a joke,
But,
but you're not.
your
Like,
colors
look,
are showing.
these
like,
memes.
seriously.
Shout out to Wrestle Buddy, even though I was a tad disappointed they were spreading the false shit earlier.
They
I even
were.
commented on their post to prove a
They
point.
did.
But there are things on Twitter of the real main event if Saudi bought it of The Undertaker versus Brock versus Goldberg. It's funny. And they got a picture of
They probably
Roman.
fucking would.
They got a picture of Roman and The Rock with those little Saudi things on their head. And it was like WrestleMania goes Saudi, and it's hilarious as well.
My favorite was the Hulk Hogan meme. The Hulk Hogan was dressed in Saudi shit. He's like, I am a real Arabian. Fight for the rights of only men. It made me laugh.
That is so good.
Yeah, dude, they posted a couple. But
They
like,
did.
if we're gonna report,
But-
if we wanted to start a dirt sheet, this
Sure.
is not how the
But to be fair, other news sorts reported too. Yahoo News reported this morning. Like I saw Yahoo News. So it definitely had steam behind it. But WWE did deny it. So
Yeah.
we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. That's just good shit. So Vince thinks. But yeah,
It's Uncle Howdy.
that's enough of that.
So-
Chuck that one. Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy.
Okay,
That's
so
pretty
let's
good.
get the
I don't
fuck
know
out
if
of
I can look
that.
at Uncle Howdy without thinking of that thing on his head.
We'll fucking die.
that's good.
That was funny.
I would laugh, but yeah, it is what it is. We don't know anything yet. Most likely, in my opinion, logically, it's going to go to Comcast.
I agree. I think
Yeah, I do too.
Comcast.
That's logically, but again, I'm not logic. I don't know anything about
We don't
business
know.
for the most part. So
Yeah, Comcast or Fox. I mean, what
I'm not sure Fox would be willing to pay enough. To be honest with you,
Fox wanted to buy him years when SmackDown, like they made
Right.
an offer. Nobody
Yeah.
knows what it was, but they were like, "Hey, by the way, what if we were just to offer you this for Raw?" And Vince is like, dude, we're just shopping SmackDown."
just doing their thing. Yeah, I just don't know if Fox they don't really need it. I don't know if they'd be willing to pay as much as.
Would you get to add to
I'm
their
sure
fucking
they-
NFL?
it would be.
Oh yeah.
That's what's all about.
It's
now.
just Monday night
Streaming.
Raw on
It's all-
Fox.
It's all about content.
And
Yeah.
Friday night SmackDown would be big gets.
Sure,
Advertise it with football
It's
and
all
shit.
about content.
Golly, yeah.
It just comes down to whoever's. And they said that won't even formulate for 3 to 6 months, which is crazy because the same people that are like, yeah, it's going to be a 3 to 6 month thing because that's typically how you have to hire
It takes
people,
time. Yeah.
figure out all your ass. Even makes logical sense.
It don't.
It's like stupidity. One of my resolutions is I am not dealing with stupidity. I'm gonna call it out. If I
You
piss
do it.
people off and they disappear in the process. But like I'm done with stupid people.
Yep.
And there's like Chuck said, I think I don't know if it's on air or off air about people during COVID. They don't know how to act.
They don't.
That's all fair.
I think
It is
people
off, yeah.
that were active in COVID are fucking idiots.
They
Like
are.
people don't know
Nobody knows how to act because when you get on the internet, it's very comfortable.
because
And then
there's
Yeah.
no repercussions.
Right, and then people forget that there are repercussions in the real world, but it's just going to escalate. And now we're seeing all this violence, and people just don't know how to act anymore.
They
People
don't.
are so fucking stupid, and they think they're so indestructible. And there's no consequence for actions. Sometimes I've never been in a fight in my life, but sometimes you just need punched in the face.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And quit talking.
Right.
It's like
And the internet really kind of
it's bad for that.
you don't get punched in the face on Facebook, so you get banned sometimes.
Yeah, I get put in jail.
You get put in jail. Facebook
So let's
jail.
get through SmackDown and Raw real quick so we
Oh,
can
my-
hit our list because this will take some time. Roman Reigns screamed at Sami Zayn to start off SmackDown.
That scared me. I
That
was
scared me.
it's
I'm like, uh-oh.
look at Sammy's face. Look at
He
that
said,
little
"Do you
puppy.
want to be me?"
He
Do
look,
you?
If you look at Sammy's face and that whole
I know. I felt so
he
bad
looked
for
like a
him.
little
too.
puppy dog getting yelled at in the corner with newspaper. It was like, poor Sammy.
Poor Sammy.
That story traveled throughout the show.
It did.
So,
Sure did.
My favorite part is at the end, and we have to talk about it on air.
popcorn.
I laughed. I seriously laughed.
Well, it's funny
I
because
laughed my
Roman,
ass
he
off.
offers Roman some, and Roman looks at it like,
and
and then Barrett's like, the tribal chief doesn't eat buttery
I
popcorn.
caught him in his face like, what the
Goes back, and they all have one. So
Oh
Roman
my
was looking
God.
at him like, I don't share with people. I'm Roman Reigns. Like,
That's
I thought
funny.
he was looking at him like, bro, that's cart. Like, you don't look like this.
It's
eating
popcorn.
And Sami Zayn taking it like, oh, and like it became a meme. And then
Yeah.
Kevin Owens on Raw became a meme, laying his head on the turnbuckle.
like that scene of him offering it was really funny, but
It
that
was
wasn't
funny.
it was funny. And then they came back and they're all three eating popcorn.
And
Dude,
Sammy threw it.
I lost it.
Yeah, Sammy's like, yeah.
It's so simple.
And Roman's just, they're looking at him like,
Paul's looking at him like, what the heck's
It's the
going on?
fact that they all, you know what? It's like I like to picture it off air, my brain. Like off air in between, actually we could use some popcorn. That's a
yeah,
great
Roman's
idea.
like,
He's like,
then they go back and it's just like it fits.
and he threw it. That was fun.
Watch
I
me,
lost
get us some popcorn.
I lost it when he threw it. I lost it.
But
I
yeah.
lost my shit. That's like perfect. Like
That's
humor is really, really good in wrestling when it works and it's
Yeah.
not
Exactly.
forced.
And it's organic.
Oh my, organic is
Yeah.
key. Dude,
God,
I
organic.
laughed my ass off twice this
It's
week.
like Dominic Mysterio coming out and they're
That-
like the baddest man, the most dangerous man
That
in
was
the
his second-
WWE. I was
Yep.
like, this is fucking, and he comes out with the bandana on.
GTA San Andreas,
And
bro.
dude, this
Yeah.
is GTA San
It is.
Andreas, fuck Prison Mike. And it put it all in a storyline.
It is.
Because Miz is like, what, are you scared of them chasing you everywhere?
Dude, I laughed my ass off when I saw him with that hood over his face or the bandana. I was like, "This is."
Yeah.
I think his eye drop is moving around cheeks.
Okay.
Dude, that is golden.
I love it.
Whatever they're doing with Judgment Day, it started off kind of weak
Oh,
after
dude.
the Edge
And
go,
then
but
on
it's
Raw,
perfect now.
they won the gauntlet.
yeah,
They did.
Which
those
was-
good matches.
No, it's funny. say undisputed. They said just the
I
Raw.
didn't notice that.
So they
Yeah.
emphasized it twice.
They
All right.
did.
So it's like maybe the splitting of
Splitting,
shit might
Starting to
start
happen.
there. Like, yeah.
I like that. I think they should, like, if I was booking, I really think it's a good idea. Once we're kind of over the undisputed shit, when it's time to split, you really got to make them fight twice,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Exactly.
Like, we'll put one, like, if you're on Raw tag title, SmackDown, SmackDown. And if you're,
Yeah, that makes
if you,
sense.
if you
It
hold
does.
both, that sucks for you. You're doing double duty. You know what I mean? You're that good. Be proud of yourself.
Right.
But it's time to start. I like that idea of booking where you're doing double duty, and each title of the undisputed category matters.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, I seriously laughed my ass off during that popcorn skit and Prison Dom. It was
Oh, so funny.
gold. And then Miz is like, my sources say you're only there for like a half an hour. And then they get in his face like, you say on us liars.
Priest is like, you want to take that back?
It was fucking perfect.
I'm like, watch out, miss.
it was perfect.
That was fun.
And even with the acting, like halfway through the match, or even later than halfway,
Dude.
Finn Balor gets hurt.
He
Got
does.
throat
During
bomb
the
in.
show, hey, Saudi, no. Like just right now, like I hate WWE. LOL. It didn't fucking happen. Okay.
We've moved on.
Okay.
Like,
okay. I'm sorry.
seriously.
See why I'm angry? And I take it out on them because they're the last. Like you would think,
That's why I get off social
you
media.
would think news
Right.
breaks.
Yeah.
We're all on it. It's like
Yeah.
4 hours later. It's like, oh, Yvonne, and it's always her because I fucking
Oh,
zone out.
I just don't
She's like-
respond.
Yeah, hold on. I'm
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
throw this touchdown with Mac Jones real quick.
You
I'm
might
in the
be
Super
leaving.
Bowl.
You might be leaving, I hear.
It's gonna be interesting. Bill didn't say man, that's our guy next year. He was like, he said, and I quote, Mac Jones is a very capable quarterback, and he's very capable of competing at the NFL level. We need to do what we need to do as a team to get better for next year. That is what he said.
So he might be going to the Browns or some shit.
No, he's not going
And,
The Browns have Deshaun Watson at $360 million guaranteed, or
Jeez,
$260
wow.
million guaranteed for the next 5 years.
well, hopefully that's
the
all
Browns
going towards
will not-
the rape cases.
Yeah,
So,
so-
Right, exactly.
The rumors of Brady in Vegas and Brady, but
That's possible.
Brady going to Vegas and being with Mahomes and Herbert. I don't know if that's smart if he wants to win
he's not going to go. Yeah,
because that's a loaded division because you're not going to beat Mahomes.
He's going back to England.
So
That's my guess.
New England and Vegas are like and the Jets, I think, have been one. He could go because they have a good young team. They just ain't got a quarterback. He could be like, fuck you, New England. I think he ends up back in New England.
think so.
They
That's
trade
me
Mac
too.
Jones to a team like the Panthers or somebody that
Right.
need a
Not
quarterback.
need him.
Then we got Zappy, who everybody fucking loves in New England. And Zappy can learn under Brady for a year.
There you go.
And then playing with Zappy there. We still got a young team with a very good defense. That's Buffalo. I didn't expect to be that competitive. Their dude,
They
what
were,
happened to their
yeah.
guy.
You guys were.
They come up, run the Jones threw really he threw 2 interceptions that were 4 that he had to kind of force in.
Now I have to say this. I have to say it. I'm not saying this is true in this case.
Don't skip Bayless yourself.
But sometimes I say the
Right.
NFL may be scripted
Yeah,
sometimes.
see,
And
Jimmy said the same thing. You guys will get along. 'Cause he was like, so if the Bills win the Super Bowl, this is WWE, right?
I mean,
Right.
Then he brought up Katrina because, all our
Yeah.
buildings got knocked down, but we won the Super
9/11.
Bowl as a city. And
yeah.
it's like, okay, New
So-
Orleans.
And I'm not saying all of the time, but I'm saying sometimes maybe.
It feels it. But then if you logically think about,
They have
how do
the
we
sport.
convince 20,000 individual people to all be like, yeah, we're staging every
Well, it's
game?
like the moon landing,
Yeah.
It's a conspiracy.
Oh, I was there. It happened.
But yeah, anyway, back to wrestling.
All right, so
It's just fun to I like football now, so it's fun. I watched
if
most
only,
games this weekend.
this existed when the boardroom was a thing.
Right.
It's like, God damn it, these guys are on Tuesday, Thursday. He does fucking ghost shit on Monday. Fuck these guys.
Yeah.
We would have got canceled because they're sick of seeing us.
Yeah, that's
Then
fair.
I was on game winning drive.
You wrote everything.
You wrote
yeah.
everything.
You're a fucking workhorse. I was not. I like to get drunk. I can't get drunk on camera.
I just got drunk at work.
There you go.
But finally wrestled.
Exactly. That's what I was
Charlotte
about
beat
to say.
Sonya and then impromptu, hey, fight
Yeah.
me
Yep.
kind of match.
It was kind of weird.
It was.
Top Dollar turned heel.
They did.
They
They-
beat up Ricochet qualified for the Royal Rumble.
Sure.
So right now it's Ricochet, Lashley, Seth Rollins, and Austin Theory.
Good
Are the
lineup.
4.
Very good.
Women, there's been 1. It's Liv.
It's Liv.
That's it
That's it.
officially right now.
She batters.
Strowman ran out and saved Ricochet. Strowman does go 1-1 with Gunther for the Intercontinental title Friday.
That'll be a good fit.
And then KO versus Sami Zayn is Friday.
That'd be
And
good.
we know
Another
that's
good
going to
one.
be
We're
great.
going. That's
Oh, I didn't know that. KO versus Sami Zayn.
This Friday on
Friday,
SmackDown.
yep.
I didn't know that.
That's gonna be another good one.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Roman was like, I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself. Next week, you want 1 with KO.
Oh, I did see that. That was at the end of the show.
Yep.
I got you.
He's
Yeah.
gonna
This Friday.
take
Yeah, I
care of the
heard about
KO
And then
problem.
the Usos beat McIntyre and Sheamus, which was a really good match.
Very good match too.
Yeah, they were all good matches.
Then Raw, we talked about the Dominic thing, which was great. The Judgment Day.
I
One
was
of
laughing. And they made Judgment Day look really strong all
They
night.
did.
yeah, and they made Theory look strong again.
Yeah, he did.
Kevin Owens beat Corbin.
Yep, he did.
I was glad to see Corbin in a
I wa-
match.
I was glad to see
I know.
him
When
back.
was the last time we seen
It
Corbin?
looks like they adjusted that gimmick a little bit, took it off. It was like,
Yeah.
this ain't. So they'll make it work. JBL and Corbin are two really good workers.
And JBL's pants actually are his size.
Yeah,
now,
so
so that's nice.
Yeah, exactly.
His pants tailored. That was took so long.
Exactly.
Uncle Howdy appeared
That was the
He
in
did.
front of
I
Alexa
love it.
Bliss. I thought was pretty cool.
She showed
She
up.
stared it down.
She
So
walked
we'll
up.
see.
She's on the announce
If
table.
Bray's music hits next on
Oh my
Monday, I'll
God.
fucking lose.
Oh,
Josh
that's
is gonna
pretty
fall
cool.
out of the
But
chair.
I think Fox would freak out if Bray showed up on the US. He's ours.
It'll be Uncle Howdy.
Bailey talked
Yeah.
a bunch of shit about Becky, which sets up her return
Sure.
Yep.
Monday, which would be great because
Monday.
we'll get to see Becky.
We're gonna see Becky.
And then Bobby Lashley returned
Which we knew
and
he
yelled
would.
at Austin Theory and Seth. Well, Seth kind of just took off.
They just like walked past each other, didn't they?
Yeah,
And he
because Seth's
attacked
done
Theory.
with that U.S. title thing.
He's done.
Cody, there's a promo. Viginette.
Yep.
He's coming back.
I
He's
think it's
coming.
leading to him being in the Rumble. I think he'll be one. Seth will be two. We'll see. And
Hopefully.
I think that's when it ends. I don't think there's another
I
match.
hope not.
I don't think they fight for the
They've done
championship.
enough.
I mean, maybe they get a match at like Elimination Chamber. They're both in the chamber.
Sure. Like no more one-on-ones. We've seen
No.
3 in a row. It's time to move on.
Eliminate one another in the Rumble, and that's end it. End it right there. That's all you need to do.
There is a theory floating
Uh-oh.
that Roman might have to put one of his belts on line in the chamber,
Oh, boy.
but he's going to do something out of line to where he does like it for him.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
That's a
that'd be
bad-
risky.
Risky, yeah.
Chamber in Canada,
Ooh-wee.
and then that's where he loses one of the belts.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah,
do you want
makes sense.
to piss off people? Like all like the fanboys, like the hardcore, I love Roman Reigns, want his dick in my mouth people.
Hey,
You go on Twitter and you say Roman Reigns lost last week, and they get pissed. He wasn't pinned. He didn't get pinned. You just know Roman, he's a loser. He lost. Dude, they flip out. I did it on Facebook in some group that I'm in, and I got like all these like 12-year-olds yelling at me. It was really funny. So you just go on there and you say Roman Reigns lost. He's a loser, and they flip their
Hey,
lid. It's so much
wow.
fun. But yeah, I like that idea.
I
of
do too.
Sammy.
somebody's wrong. That way you
Yeah.
like, you know what? I love like Sammy just keeps earning. Like he beats KO,
Yeah.
and then he helps Roman beat KO, and then he just stays on this roll. And it's like, dude, you're my. You know what? I don't even need to compete. I got my honor, and if
Yeah.
Sammy wins,
I got my
he
oops.
becomes part of the family.
I like that.
That's the thing. And then Kevin Owens wins the fucking belt,
Yeah.
From Sammy.
or somebody else wins the belt.
It's-
It'd be for the
unique.
Raw belt.
It's unique.
And it would fit the story.
I like it.
I'm just throwing shit
And
against
there'll
the
be
wall.
tension
hoping
with
it
him
sticks.
and Sammy.
I mean, really think about because
How else do you get one of the belts off of him?
We've been
Right.
looking
Without just stripping him, like
Right.
Roman, you punched Adam Pierce. Like, don't be that generic after a
Right.
fucking 4-year reign.
We've been watching wrestling for how old am I? 30 fucking 800 years old. We've been watching wrestling for a long
You're
time.
50.
so, and that's what you just said is a really, something that's never happened before, but it makes sense organically. I think it's a great idea. Like, why not do shit like that?
Like, Sammy, you're my
Sammy,
ooze. This. I ain't even gonna be at the Elimination Chamber.
You
Yeah,
do it
I need
for
to be
me.
there.
I'll be on the island of relevancy.
Yeah.
You got it.
You
I'll
do
see
the
you
hard
after the
work.
match. Bring my belt back with me. You have Paul go out there with him. Then at the end, when he loses,
Yeah.
What are we gonna tell
then
the
you end the
tribal
show
chief?
with like them looking at each other like.
With like Sammy trying to grab it.
Then SmackDown is must see that Friday.
Yeah,
Like, what is
absolutely.
Raw? Raw might be like Roman's. What's the Raw belt? Roman shows up to Raw like Sammy, you motherfucker. Like
You're done.
whoever wins it, Cody. Somebody like, what if Cody just wins it? Like something like that.
I
I mean,
I
it
think
might
that's a
take
great-
away from Cody winning, just like
I mean,
But
he's
do you
he's been
need
back since
every
Mania.
time that somebody wins a title for it to be fucking WrestleMania?
Not
Like if he
right.
wins the belt in a cool way at like Backlash, ain't that still a cool?
I think so.
If he
I do
if he
too.
wins it at fucking, I think it's gonna be Unforgiven instead of Hell in a Cell this year.
I like them.
If he wins it there,
I think that's a direction that
I think that's
don't
still
like.
cool. Like
It's
you,
like, I agree.
Right.
like it doesn't have to be a Seth Rollins cash
No,
in
I agree, man.
to be an epic moment. Just
agree.
build it.
That's
Just
something
yeah.
that
How
I
many
think-
cool moments? Like the Becky's biggest moment of her career came when a chick hit her
in the face.
in the face.
in the
Yeah.
face.
And she walked up in the crowd and just went like this, and the crowd went nuts.
With a
And
bloody
now
face,
she's
yeah.
the biggest female
She
performer, arguably, in the sport.
I don't know if you guys follow this, whatever page it is, I don't fucking what page it is, but this guy had a rant about Becky Lynch today, and he said the only reason she's relevant and never got big was because of that Nia Jax hit. I said, okay, well, in your opinion, who is the biggest female wrestler right now? And he didn't answer. He's a big bitch.
That's
But
That's all right. Some people.
But yeah, that's a great idea, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like go on that thought. every pay-per-view, we don't need a champion to have the belt for 500 days. We don't need every win to be a WrestleMania SummerSlam moment. I kind of miss the Attitude Era when the fact they would just like, I don't want hot potato like they did with the women's title with Charlotte and
but
Becky.
nothing
Yeah,
moved.
right.
But
Oh,
I
God.
want something, I
Let's
like,
think of the titles. The only title that's been moving is the U.S.
yeah.
The tags have been held for over a year.
It's
The
okay.
Undisputed's it's not hostage, but like they're held. Gunther's had the IC, which is fine. He's had a good run.
It's okay to
But
put a belt at
like,
Backlash.
there's no like the SmackDown women's title just moved,
Just moved.
but before
Yeah.
then it was stuck with Ronda since the Rumble, and then
It's okay to switch belts.
it's had that belt since like all year,
She's
right?
had it.
Probably, yeah.
So-
she has.
It's
yeah.
okay to switch belts at minor pay-per-views, especially now that
It doesn't
we don't have as many these days. It's okay. Like, I don't. That's one thing that, like, I understand they kind of transitioned because that during the Attitude Era, it was all the time. So I understand not doing it that often, but let's not go too far the other direction. Let's mix it up. It's my opinion.
That's what I like. See stuff mixed up like that.
Sequoia beat Ziggler and Rhea beat Candice LeRae, which was a pretty good match.
I like that. That was a good.
That
match.
Ziggler match was good. I thought.
Very.
Yeah,
There you
Ziggler,
go.
dude, just
He goes.
putting in the
He
work.
does.
Yeah.
He sure
He's like
is.
HBK.
Helps Sequoia get over even more.
And even the Usos, I thought, did a good job because, like, you think some people these days would like laugh at Dolph Ziggler, like, oh, he's got this, but the Usos are like, Dolph Ziggler, fuck no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yep.
He is. Yeah.
they did a good job
Whether
with that.
people would acknowledge it or not, he is for.
He is.
He'll be in the Hall of Fame one day.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. He
He's
will.
multi-time champion. He's held everything. He's done everything.
He goes all day.
He was Colonel Sanders. He's done it. He's literally did everything.
He
was
was.
Colonel
He was.
Sanders.
I forgot about that.
He's the guy you call. He makes the match look good no matter what. Just like AJ Styles, just like Shawn Michaels. Any match he's in, it's going to be a good match.
Absolutely.
That pretty much wraps up Raw.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about the turmoil. Miz TV was great with Dominic. So,
It was
I mean,
very good.
hopefully that continues as he talks about his harsh time in prison.
He
Hey,
did.
man,
Yeah.
the mentors, they'll get you. Ghoul. He had to eat gabagool the entire time.
He did.
Shit
Now-
sucks.
We're gonna fix shit.
Uh-oh.
I'll go first because that's how the pictures are. The pictures took longer to put in order than actually down.
believe
AEW,
that.
I can agree, was our best one to fix because improving's their word they need to work on.
Well, I'm telling you, I watched the last week's episode today, and I didn't hate it. I thought it was pretty
Mhm.
decent.
Pretty good.
So how I have this first thing we say, I did the whole like very, very gay, like, and I don't care how it sounds. If you talk like this,
We're getting canceled.
you're taking it.
Yeah.
You're taking it from the front and the back. All right.
Oh God.
Well, the 0 people listening right now are probably, oh God, the fucking audio listeners. All right, sorry.
Uh-oh.
If
We
you,
have-
guys, if you
we have
guys,
audio
if you guys
listeners.
do that, that's fine. It's fine.
I could edit it and like bleep all that out,
But we don't
but
do
I'm
that shit.
not. So, I don't know how to do that.
We'll never be worse than Skip Bayless.
Exactly.
All right, AEW is our first thing that I have a structure where we do AEW first, then WWE. So it's 5 things, each brand. What do we face? So
I like it.
I don't know if I explained it very well, but whatever.
Yeah, you did.
You did.
Cocaine. Oh, that's
Things
what
we
I'm
would
thinking.
change in AEW and WWE. 5
So
things.
We'll start with AEW.
Especially
These things.
AEW's improving. That's
So AEW. This shit's got to stop.
Exactly.
okay?
Now, I have to
Everybody had this.
I have to ask now because I was watching wrestling and I saw that they're doing a special event on NXT tonight or last week. I don't know when it was. A special event on NXT.
That's when their pay-per-views.
That's on Wednesday night, right? Now, how
Tuesday
often,
night.
How often do they do that on Tuesday nights?
They do that one every year. They don't do those very often. Premium live events like WWE, like on Peacock and shit.
Gotcha.
That was just a New Year's thing because New Year's.
Makes sense. But then now AEW does it all the time.
They do it every
had
single
5.
week.
They had 6 between November.
All right.
It's like you gotta
so like every
stop.
other week.
So every episode of Dynamite is special. Okay.
And he always has a special announcement too. That
I won't take this one because we all had this.
We all
one.
had
I thought
this.
we did.
So I'll talk about
uh,
my WWE one is focus more on both tag
Yeah.
team divisions. They're just hotter, so I
I
didn't want to
agree.
put the Usos on there.
I
I,
mean, that,
agree. Focus on both tag
Um,
teams. Yep.
who's that chick on the orange?
That's
Gigi
Gigi
Doyle.
Dolan.
That's Josh likes her.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Josh
I thought she's kind of scary looking, bro. Like,
I like the scary one.
all right.
Hey, she's not on cocaine, so this one's an improvement.
All right. That's a good point. Good point. Good point.
They won the number 1 contender battle royal last night because
They
they
did.
eliminated each other at the same time. So they
Pretty
both
cool.
were the winners.
Ah,
So at Vengeance Day on February 4th, the day before the Super Bowl,
Yep.
NXT's pay-per-view, where they're back on the road, like back on the
cool.
road.
That's good though.
And then Braun Breaker versus Grayson Waller for the NXT Championship. And it's going to be a triple threat. So both members of Toxic Attraction,
They didn't want to eliminate each
Versus-
other. Yep.
Roxanne.
That'd be a good
So it's
one.
a triple threat. So they're together, but not. So
All
Yeah.
right.
that a little bit intrigued.
I
But I
agree.
want more focus on their like I seen Rousey and Baszler are probably going to go into that, which
I agree,
that'll put
too.
more eyeballs on it on the surface.
Sure.
But they need to like when that Aaliyah chick comes back, her and
Mhm.
Raquel, like they
I-
were,
I-
but
they were
Aaliyah
good
got
team.
hurt.
That's something we need to stop doing.
Like
too,
we
is-
need to do like the teams have to make sense. Like
Yep.
These stone together teams. To stop
We got to
doing it.
stop relying on other people to bring eyes to a
but
certain
her and
show.
Baszler are a real team, so
Right.
that'll help.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it gets her the fuck away from the world title.
God.
So
Oh, thank
even
you.
even though Charlotte has it, I'm still like that's my one. Like
Ronda
well,
or
at least
Charlotte,
I
you got
have
your choice.
Ronda's
there.
away for now.
Thank God.
She even put on her stream on Twitch, like I've had that belt for so long, I need to do something else.
I saw that.
So like
I saw her little.
I
segment.
have a lot. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she has a lot to say on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on Twitch, whatever the fuck it is.
She can't handle real.
She's not relevant.
Did you guys know she has a daughter or a baby?
Yeah.
She tells
Remember
us
that's
all
why
the
she
time,
left last
don't
time.
She
She
tells
was-
us every week.
She always fucking talks about it. Like I'm a mom.
Oh, you're being the smart ass. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Becky and Seth have them, but they don't say it every day. They don't even really talk about it. We understand.
Dude, anytime Rosie, I have a baby. We know.
We
know
feel sorry.
Rhonda.
We feel sorry for the baby.
We
I'm
know
sorry.
Rhonda. We know.
So now,
She's terrible.
so 4 was AEW. Do not create. All right, so this is all.
I
their
got that
championships,
one. I
okay?
think-
1, 2, 3, 4.
Golly, what?
They have 8 titles for a 3
For
hour.
a- for 3
weekly
hours.
show.
Show.
of TV. Okay,
Yeah. Oh my God.
so by comparison,
embarrassing.
WWE has 2 world titles. Each woman has a world title.
Yep.
They're all
There's
combined
4:
these
the
days.
IC in the US,
Yep.
and 2 tag team titles and women's champions. And that's that WWE has 9
They have
for
not.
7 hours of TV a week. AW has 8 for 3. And I don't count
That's so
Dark
funny.
on YouTube and all that
I
shit.
don't either.
My
So-
favorite though is a trio. Why the fuck do we need a trio?
Oh yeah, tonight
I saw
on AW is game 7 or match 7.
Match 7 games.
Like, why do we need a trio title? If you have how many trio tag teams do we have? On
They have a lot.
2 hours. I'm sorry.
I know, but like they do, they've
They do
created
that
like
one.
a ton of them.
They
You know
do.
why? Because it's different, so it's
Yeah,
cool. It's
yeah.
not.
It's
It's
different.
because
not.
it's different to make it cool.
No, it's different because it's better. You know that's how
Yeah.
it works.
For him, it is.
Like 3 belts for let's stop. Like that's just not. If I was like a part of the AEW community, like Chris Jericho, I have an opinion, Chris Jericho, for fuck's sakes.
Seriously.
Like, no, Tony. I know that you're young and you're excited. No, we don't. We have 2 hours of TV tonight. We don't need to have a trio tag team. So we have a tag team and a trio tag team. What the fuck?
Heck, eventually he'll expand more trio times.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Here, we'll
My
give it
bad,
to
my
every
bad, my
member
bad.
for you.
Let me go back to 5
Do you know what we should do?
for a second.
Dude, if I was Tony Khan, you know what I would do? If I was Tony Khan,
Coke.
I would get well that, and I'd also I'd create a stable. I'll get 2 stables of 5, and then get the tag team titles and the trio titles.
Put 'em
So
together.
every
Yep.
fucking
Member
person
gets a title.
has a tag team title. That's money
Tony
right there.
Khan, you're slipping.
Yeah, I know that's
Really?
money. I'm sorry.
That-
Thought of that.
That's a cool
Ah,
idea.
fucking book it.
Every member gets it, so nobody's left out. So
And I forgot a picture. I want the Creed brothers and Pretty Deadly on the main roster ASAP to help the tag divisions. They need
I
new
agree.
faces. Uses of running out of people.
I agree.
If you want to throw about throwing
I was
together
just
tag
thinking
teams, Drew
that, too.
McIntyre and Sheamus are not even in the same stable.
They're not.
But it was a great match, and I'm not
It
going
was
to
good.
bitch.
They do
But
need
I forgot a picture, so I have to do it.
Storyline to throw those guys together for this moment, but it can't be. They can't win the
I
titles.
need more
It
teams.
can't be long lasting. It has to be right now only.
Right.
Because what else are they going to do? They have a history of being friends and enemies, and they hate the use. Everybody hates the bloodline right now. So
They
right,
do.
right now it makes sense. But if they wanted to be a joke, and they can't continue it after more than a couple of
Right.
weeks or a couple of months, I guess.
Usos need new people.
You said joke. So let's transition
Uh-oh.
to AW's interim championship.
That's mine. Yep, that's
So
mine.
for AW,
Is that still a thing?
no,
Yeah.
I right now I don't think so.
Gotcha.
So
I got this
the
on
women's
mine,
title
too.
was held interimly for like 8 months while Thunder Rosa took a huge shit in the bathroom.
I remember that segment. I did see that.
She's
and,
not woman enough to come out.
It's
of the
like that's
bathroom,
it. No interim titles. We
No,
all had that. So
absolutely
I'll
not.
leave some room for them to elaborate. Then bring back GMs. Wrong.
Wrong
Hold
picture.
on.
It's all right. You had a lot of pictures.
No, I didn't. Fuck. I didn't even finish 4.
Yeah, you had a lot.
Bring back special shows for WWE was my 4th. Wrong. That was always fun. They spin the wheel. Like they
That
don't do
was
shit
fun.
like that
That
anymore.
was fun.
I
liked
like
it.
SmackDown,
Interesting.
Taboo Tuesdays, like shit like that. That-
Taboo
Yeah.
Tuesday was really
And
good.
I
it
liked
would
it.
work big time with the Twitter era.
I mean,
and you could have
especially now.
up-to-date live shit.
Yeah.
You could.
Dude, I punched the fucking box compactor the other day.
Why would you do that?
Look how black.
Punching metal.
I was
things.
pissed off.
So you punched
I
metal?
punched the fuck out of it, dude. And I fucking laid on the ground screaming for like 5 minutes.
You get workers' comp?
I didn't report it.
Good idea. You probably want to get workers' comp.
Yeah, what'd you do? Punch the fucking machine? Oh, dumbass. But anyway,
That's what they would say.
now we'll go to 3. Told you these pictures.
They
Yeah.
were.
All right, end term, and then bring back GMs.
That's what I
So,
got
like,
mine too.
I enjoyed, if you're going to have it split, I need authority on both shows that
Right.
aren't the
Taking
same
control.
person.
Taking control.
And I agree with that. And that's why
And this goes for AEW as well.
Absolutely.
Sure.
They
Oh,
need
absolutely.
one of y'all got it on your list. So like we'll hit it hard there, but they need an authority figure on TV that is not Tony Khan.
Somebody intelligent.
Notice Vince McMahon,
Intelligent.
Triple H have not been on TV. Vince, but he was saying goodbye.
Right.
Triple H, you don't see him
You don't.
they need people that are not the direct authority on TV.
That can take
This
it.
era was my favorite era of GMs
Dude,
because I really felt it meant something to
It
Shane and
did.
Daniel Bryan.
It
That makes
did.
sense.
And
Mick
Mick
absolutely.
Foley and
I
Stephanie,
agree.
it did.
It
Like
did, yeah.
the brand split. Fuck you, they're invading shows. Like it was really good.
Really good.
But now that's why they did War Games.
To be
Because
fair, I really thought Vince as the corporation was fucking perfect.
it was a great
Mhm.
it worked then.
Because he
It
worked
did.
as a character. And if
Mhm.
you could do it as a character, it's great. But
But
Tony
nowadays,
Khan can't do it
Vince's
as a
Can't.
character.
character wouldn't work now.
I wouldn't. But it could.
You know, one of the only cool things one of the cool things that would happen if they get sold to if they get bought by a company that's private, they could go straight back into fucking Attitude
Oh, it could
Era.
be a lot different.
Like that,
Oh,
you
yeah.
act like Triple H and all his DX segments that he created back
Sure.
in the day.
Oh yeah.
You give him
No.
you give him a legit dude. You do whatever.
Oh, I agree.
Outside of them having sex on TV, you can do whatever. You
Jeez.
can't smoke crack. Learned that on Anchorman 2 last night. They smoked
That's a
crack
great
on
movie.
TV.
I saw it.
I was telling my buddy Jimmy, I was like,
Smoking
dude,
crack.
Anchorman. He's like, oh, Brian, you have some crack here for us to smoke. Then they're outside getting arrested. He's like, well, now we know. You
Now
can't smoke crack.
You can't smoke crack. Now we know. You can't smoke crack on TV.
But I really liked this era. And I
did
feel
too.
like whether the brand split's a great idea or not is neither here or there. If you're going to keep it the way it is right now,
Right.
I
Do
need
that.
Pierce on one show.
And somebody else.
Sonya was good, but
I like-
she
yeah.
she
She
needs to
needs
be
it
in the
back
ring.
in the
They ran
ring.
her course.
But
Yeah.
they offered Paige it. They were like, we're going to give you that job and you can wrestle for us once you're cleared. She's like, fuck, I'm going to AEW so I can be the interim
I
title.
just don't get that. Why
That's
would
so
you
champion.
leave?
Seriously.
Yeah, and Triple H was fully in control
know.
when she
Yeah,
she
she
had a
was,
chance
yeah.
to stay.
She
But
left.
whatever.
Probably something to do with her personal life. She wanted to do something. That's fine.
On more porn.
It's like
I mean,
Daniel
it's like
Bryan.
Mandy Rose.
It's like Daniel Bryan wanted to go on his own accord.
Tony Khan
Oh,
offered
Yeah,
her
he
some-
left. Oh,
He did, yeah.
I don't know about that. But yeah, dude, I think the authority I thought worked really well.
I like
No,
the
he did.
authority. I
with
did.
Triple H and Steph.
Mhm.
So it works when it works. Vince worked well.
it has to work when it means
Yep.
it has to mean something. You can't just have people showing up wherever.
Right.
So if they're going to do a draft, they're going to have to be like, look, this is where you guys go. And they're going to do a draft because it's Fox.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I am so excited for the NFL draft. I was arguing for like 2 hours with my
I'll pay
buddies.
attention to it this year.
Like, dude,
I
I
actually know people now.
go to Roosters. I sit there. I have like
For like 8 hours?
I have so night 1 is from 8 to midnight. I watch all of it. Night 2 is
I
from 8 to
couldn't do
midnight.
it.
I watch all of
I
it.
couldn't.
Day 3 is from 12 to 9:30 at night. I watch all of it. So the first night's round 1.
Sure.
Second night's round 2 and 3. Day 3 is rounds 4 through 7.
So I'll pay
I
attention
watch
to it
all
this
of
year.
it. And then
I'm
if
not
I'm
gonna watch
if
all
I'm
of
out
it.
in obviously I can't sit down for 20 straight hours. But
Well, you
when
can
I'm
for
not
the
watching it, I'm getting instant.
Pay attention.
This person, no, I get alerts. I
Right.
pick by pick. So I'm gonna do a bunch of mock drafts and shit. Me and my buddy Chase are gonna see who gets closest to getting the first round right.
I don't know how the drafts work. So
The
so
shitty team with the shittiest record goes first.
I understand
That's the Bears.
the process. I guess I just understand. Like, what if the player doesn't want to go?
They Eli Manning it. They tell them I'm not going there and I'm not signing a contract. And they get traded. Because
Okay,
Eli Manning told the Chargers
that is my question.
in 2007,
So who could anybody get
No.
drafted?
anybody that declares
So
from the college,
oh,
you have to declare.
it's all college.
It's all in college.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
thought
so-
they could draft like a fucking
Like Ohio State's
I got
quarterback
you.
is
I
going to
got
be a
you.
top 5
I
pick
got
this
you.
year. So it's all college players transitioning to pros.
That answers all my questions.
So Georgia, who won that nail biter of a game Monday night against TCU, 65-7. You see a national championship score? Yeah.
That's
So
really
Georgia's
good.
supposed to have 7 people drafted in the first round. If
We
you
need a
guys didn't
Georgia
know,
player.
65-7. So
my
Woo-wee.
favorite thing about that game was some Jack book said the real championship game was Georgia versus OSU, and somebody posted is that what OSU fans are telling themselves? And then I said, and so you still lost it, and it made my
and they lost to Michigan, who
Yeah.
you can't put
Everyone
yourselves
else
ahead
in
because
Michigan.
we lost
Right.
to them the last 2 years by a combined score of 90-27. So like, don't talk shit.
It made me
Anyway.
laugh.
Seriously.
It made me laugh. Whenever I see people talking shit about OSU fans, it makes me laugh.
60. God,
Number
they're good.
I mean, that game was a joke.
It was
But-
I had a $5 parlay on it because I still have free money that I'm saving for the weekend.
nice.
I just threw something out there just because.
Might as well.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
And I had Georgia scoring. So I went under 63 combined points. Georgia scored 65 by themselves. So it's like,
What are you gonna do?
yeah, can't beat.
That's the thing with college, man. It's either a good game or it's
Yep.
a blowout.
Yeah, there's
Right.
never
I mean,
really close games.
no.
And they're the like Bama, Georgia, Ohio State was one of those rare. Normally, like Notre Dame played Oregon played Georgia week 1. Oregon was ranked 4th. Georgia beat them 49-3. Like the games like that normally don't live up to the hype. Like Michigan TCU would end up being a good game, but TCU was beating the shit out of Michigan early. Michigan would
Came
get
back.
there and then they'd fall. Like it is what it is.
It's just how it goes. And people always bitch about how college is set up. It's always set like that. It's always
Yeah.
offset for the most part.
Yeah, it's
it is
college
what it
sports
is.
is something else.
It
Yeah.
is.
My actually fun fact: my dad, who hates football, by the way, he's a race. He likes racing.
I thought you were going to say he's
Go-karts.
racist.
No, that too. but he hates football. Has never been an athletic guy. Doesn't give a shit about sports at all. He watched the entire OSU Georgia game on New Year's Eve. Why? He's like, it was on TV, and I thought it was interesting.
Really good game.
Back and forth. So I was
Yeah,
watching
it
it.
was.
It's like, well, you can't argue that logic. It was interesting. Like it was going back and forth. He likes competition. He likes
Yeah.
racing. It's competition. So when you see, that's what's cool about sports is even if you don't like sports, you still like sports if it's a good sport. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
In that aspect, it's like I like that. I thought that was interesting because if you guys know my dad, he couldn't give a fuck about football. And,
Great. And another Ohio State fan. It's just what we need.
no, he's not. No, he didn't say that. He's like, I don't care about either team. It was just an interesting game.
Okay, good.
So it's like, all
He
right.
needs to stay on that side.
My brother-in-law, I just looked at this on Saturday too. He's always been, since I've known him, he's been a Michigan fan, and I didn't know why. Turns out, same reason as me, because he hates OSU fans.
That's
That's a
we were
huge
talking
part.
about. He's like, that's why I hate him too.
Yeah, I
Hell
know.
yeah.
They're
I'm
very,
not like that.
very,
I'm not like
very like they deserve the world. Like
I agree
we're
though.
not Ohio State.
I
That's
agree.
it.
Though.
We are the like
I agree.
bitch. Like what?
They deserve the world,
The
and they
like
go
really?
to Toledo and they stomp them and they brag about it.
It's
But
so stupid.
when they lose, they're like, I knew we were gonna lose. They'll
Yeah.
go in the game, oh, we're gonna fucking kill them, and then they lose. I knew we would.
yeah,
There's no losing. You know what I mean? There's
you
no.
know you can't win with them. You just argue.
As a fan,
You know what else? Go ahead.
you guys are right.
You know what
So
else
that-
can't win?
so bad.
This women's division.
Oh,
So that is
that's
my
on
number
mine.
2 thing.
Yeah, that's on mine
Focus
too.
more on the women's division. Now, I picked this
Please.
picture out for a reason because, Paige is on there with clothes on. One. And then
Boo.
Thunder Rosa's right there, and she's.
Not even.
Where's the clapping?
Shit.
Shit.
Oh, there we
Thunder
go.
Rosa's now officially coming out of the women's bathroom.
Oh, she's back in AEW?
Yeah, she's on their roster page at least.
Oh,
Need to
nice.
update.
I mean, Sasha Banks is still in WWE's, and she's apparently like
right.
Japanese now.
All right.
And now she goes by names like Moaning. Fuck her name is.
Moaning.
Hey, look, it's Ruby Wright.
Money sign.
You know, it's
I've
funny.
had it.
Half the chicks on this list came from WWE.
They did.
But anyway,
That's
that'll
okay.
transgender.
That happens.
That'll
Yeah.
transgender. That'll transition. All right, let's switch to WWE real quick before I get canceled. Bring back pay-per-views. And
That's
this
what
is the
I
only
did.
picture that I found that had all the old logos, but NXT has
It's
got
right.
all these copyrighted.
That's Triple H.
They haven't
Shrine.
used all of these
Yeah.
yet,
Mhm.
but this is the only one I can find all the goddamn pictures on. Long story short.
I
So
got-
Judgment Day I always loved.
I did
No
too.
Way Out was always the pay-per-view
I
before
liked
Mania
it.
for me.
I liked
No
it.
Mercy was always in July.
No
and it
Way
was
Out.
bloody, crazy pay-per-view. Unforgiven was like a blow-off pay-per-view.
Mhm.
September.
Yeah, I remember Brock Lesnar Taker main evented that 3 years in a row.
I remember the
And,
gauntlet with Triple H and Kane. All
I
that
remember
shit
Brock
in
Lesnar
99.
tried to kiss Sarah.
Taker's wife. I
Yeah,
remember that.
and
yeah.
then Taker came out and put the hands to him.
It got bloody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it got
Woo.
real. Like that was a
Yeah.
very good Brock Lesnar Undertaker. That's Brock Lesnar's biggest rival, and that's the Undertaker's arguably biggest rival because you have to throw Kane and probably Rock Austin in there. But like,
Here's my memory of the Unforgiven. Like I'm not even making this shit up. I was in 6th grade, and it was the Unforgiven where Triple H won. And it had like Kane, Triple H, and like 6 other guys. I forget what they called the match, whatever. But Triple H fucking won. And I liked Kane at the time. He's my favorite. You know, I was in 6th grade, and my buddy came to my house. He's like, "Oh, who won last night?" And I fucking said Kane. Like I knew what I was talking about. And Triple H fucking won. I didn't see it. It's like, oh, Kane definitely won. And then whenever I see the Unforgiven pay-per-view title, I think of my line my ass off to a buddy that Kane won the title. Like I didn't see it. But I just assumed my favorite
you
won.
Just assumed he
I'm
won.
not egotistical that I assumed my favorite wrestler won last night.
That sounds like that, just like me. I assumed he won.
I can't. Whenever I see the Unforgiven, that's my memory. I feel like an ass. So I still like, do you ever stand in a shower and you like, what did I do years ago? You ever do that? Like, you just have those weird memories come into your brain. That's one of mine. Like, I don't know why I lied to this guy.
Well, good. You know, one of the lines that we don't need a training facility.
All right, we're two.
So
we're
my
too
number
good.
one is build a goddamn performance center so your wrestlers won. First of all, if you have Daniel Bryan, who like if he sneezes too hard, he'll break his neck.
Exactly.
You have Samoa Joe, who gets injured doing commercials.
Daniel Bryan's awesome.
Yeah, but he's fragile.
He's fragile.
He's very fragile, as I call it. It's French. It's fragile.
Sounds French to me.
I you know what I stole that off of? The Rugrats grandpa. I was watching an episode of Rugrats on Paramount,
Rugrats.
and he said,
We do that.
"Stu, what's fragile mean?" And he's trying to read the box. He meant fragile. So
I
I've just
remember that.
started using it. I tell people it's French, and they're like, "Oh, cool."
And
And they believe it. You know how stupid people are? If you tell people shit with confidence, they believe you.
They
I'm
believe
like,
you.
I wear a size 19 shoe. They could be staring at my goddamn foot. They'd be like,
It's all about.
hell yeah, bro. That's the
all
biggest foot I've ever seen. It's like, bro, bitch is obviously a 14.
That's what it's all
But
about.
whatever.
Yeah.
Danae and I, my Rugrats, we watch Rugrats too sometimes.
Yeah, it's my show.
You remember the episode where Chucky is potty training?
Yes.
And he loses his potty outside.
Yeah.
And he comes outside, hey, where's my potty? Danae and I will like randomly autistically walk around the house and be like, hey, where's my potty?
Yeah.
Like to this day, we do that all the time.
That's
When
Anyway.
everybody asks me, like, which doctor you go to, I tell them Lip Shits. So, one, it's funny. And two, it's the greatest name, Lip Shits. Like,
That
I
is
appreciate it
funny.
more as a 32-year-old
Rugrats is
than I did
awesome.
when I was 4.
That is
But
funny.
whatever.
My first favorite TV show still holds up.
I love Rugrats.
But before they need a performance center, train their people better.
Seriously.
Have like the botch page, Tony Khan, you'd have to spend 4 or 5 hours a week trying to get taken down off Twitter. 'Cause you know what? You'd have you know who doesn't have a botch page? WWE. You know who has a lot of
Okay,
botches
they have a
is
botch.
WWE. You know why people don't make fun of them for it? Because they don't come out and say, we don't need a performance center. We're YouTube. No, AEW is our performance center. It's like, you curly haired fuck.
Yeah.
You need a performance center.
You do.
You know, I'm not going to say they need a performance center because that's kind of
They
the
need
thing.
somewhere that these wrestlers can go and work out and train and get ready to get back in shape. They have nothing. Like
Yeah.
right now, Bobby Roode is at the performance center getting ready to come back.
Yeah, I
you know how
agree to a
great
point.
of an asset that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it is.
And they need, on that same
Act like he
aspect-
doesn't have that money. Like he
does.
has
You're
the
not
money
wrong.
for it.
He has
Like,
the money. He's
it's
supposed
like
to
your
do
guys' is fucking owner.
My mic just got cut off.
Your owner in football.
I don't hear you. Nope,
There
there we
you
go. All right, cool.
it.
Like your owner. You guys are the Bengals were practicing outside underneath the train track
Yeah.
for how many years?
But they still
And
do.
they finally, like, he went to the Super Bowl and he's like, God damn it, I guess I got to spend the
You
money.
gotta get it real-
Like, do you
gotta
remember
get
how
the facility.
pissed he got when he had to buy hotel rooms for all the fucking players? Now,
Yeah.
we're going to Super Bowl. Mike Brown's the only one in the Bengals organization not happy about it.
Guess he's
I got to pay. I got to spend money.
It is.
That's
He's a
why.
douche.
Why do you think playoff tickets are $480,
Right,
Trey?
exactly.
Like, that's why, because he's like, well, if I got to spend this shit, I'm going to make it.
And that's what the
Yeah.
NFL hates the Bengals because of that shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a whole different topic. But yeah, I agree. And same point. I was watching AEW and Dean named John Moxley was doing a promo, and even listening to a lot of their promos, I was like, you guys need some promo work.
You do.
Like John Moxley had to cuss twice. Like I like cussing when it's organic, but he cussed
It's
just
not
to,
organic.
he
cusses
cussed
the,
just
to
to
mic-
cuss.
the microphone got cut off. Too.
and you're just like it's just trying to be
Mhm.
funny. Like it's just like I cuss probably just to cuss sometimes. 'cause
It's just part of my
I'm not
vocabulary.
creative. Yeah,
Like at Christmas, everybody's like, shh. It's like, dude,
This is what
that's
you
how I
do.
talk
Yeah,
when
you
I'm not
talk.
around family. Like, this is just me. This is
same.
how I am. Like,
Same.
I say, like, I don't say God damn it around my family. That
Oh, I
like,
do.
if I say, well, that stupid fuck, like,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
Buffalo and the Lions on Thanksgiving, I'm screaming, fuck Josh Allen.
you
It's
did.
like,
Yeah. It's just
I can't, that's just who I am.
That's just
Same.
how you are.
And
It's
then
probably-
Sunday, I'm like, I feel bad for Buffalo because obviously the guy, but he's doing well,
He
which
is
is
doing
good.
well.
Sure.
So I'm like, okay, I don't expect New England to win, but like, fuck Josh Allen still.
Yeah. Right.
Sure.
And I don't feel bad about it.
It's
But I'm
probably-
glad the Hamlin guy had fun
Right.
because they did beat us.
Absolutely.
And I guess he set off every alarm in the ICU when they ran that first kickoff back because he jumped up in bed.
They all
like,
came running.
yeah, they all came running out like, "You okay?" And he's like, "Fuck yeah, Buffalo!" And so that's pretty cool. 'Cause I can see that's how I would react.
It was very
Me
cool.
too.
So
Yeah, good for
It was
him.
very cool. It's probably part of John Moxley's vocabulary too. I mean, he's from here,
No,
so I get it.
the only word in John Moxley's vocabulary
I
is
know
rehab.
what you're gonna say. Wow.
Rehab, Coors Light, or blackout drunk.
I used to drink Coors Light and get blackout drunk, but the
You're
point is,
you're not
the point is, I guess, is if you're on television doing these promos, you need to be better at it.
promo of the year.
And they all kind of watching the promos. MJF.
Oh,
obviously
dude, yeah,
did
that-
great.
What about Tony Khan's promos?
He was lucky he wasn't on when I watched
Okay.
it today.
Thank God.
Next
I
week on
know.
Dynamite.
It was
I'll
very
never
nice.
forget that one.
It was very nice. I didn't have to hear his stupid fucking mouth.
Right.
But 17
Right.
times in a row. Maybe don't be yourself.
Right.
Maybe
Come out the wild thing.
yeah, that also, dude, drove me crazy. I'm gonna text you guys like, why is he still coming up to wild things? I don't
Right.
like
Same
it.
reason that Young Bucks are still coming out the
Yeah.
on my way.
I haven't heard that yet, but I do have it recording
wait till tonight.
So when I watch it tomorrow,
Yeah.
I'm going to get pissed.
Yeah.
Because
It's gonna be
seriously,
bad.
that song is sacred to me, and it's going to piss me off. And then we have, I mean, I didn't see her either, but we mentioned her name a little bit ago. Soho, Ruby Soho. Ruby. It's a fucking song from the 90s. What are we doing?
So dumb.
But anyway, that's a different topic. But I do agree. I don't necessarily think they need a performance center,
They need a training facility.
but they
something.
They
definitely
need somewhere where they can go work out, do shit,
I-
get ready for the re.
I agree.
Like
with
if
that.
they get hurt, Kenny Omega should be able to go somewhere.
They need
Like
someone.
the WWE PC and be like,
Mhm.
all right, dude, I'm gonna fucking lift today.
Maybe I'm not saying.
And then
it
you're
right,
walking
but-
around and you're like, hey, look, Ciampa and Gargano. Then Ciampa's throwing weights at
Yeah.
Gargano's head.
Yeah.
It's like it's a great place to be.
I mean, it makes total sense. Like, I think.
Well, look how much it paid off for WWE during the fucking
No,
COVID
you're not wrong.
crisis.
They use that as a fucking
Like
filming
it's
center.
like you
Yeah.
have your own.
That's their backup.
Like
plan.
if you want to bring
Yeah.
in young talent, I get you got AEW Dark and Elevation and fucking Masturbation
You need a
and all
place
these
to
different
go.
shows you have, but they need to like
I
get
agree.
in there with
I agree.
William Regal or Albert or whatever Albert's real name is.
Right.
Like they're all down there, like Triple H, Albert,
Yeah.
fucking
Shawn Michaels.
yeah, Shawn Michaels. Like you have legends down there,
Jimmy fucking Noble.
and like William fucking Regal, who you just had, or whatever.
Yeah.
No, you're not wrong. That's you're right. I think I'm just getting caught up on the name.
Yeah,
But
I just
think
said they need somewhere to train.
You're right.
They do.
It's like the
They
Bengals
do.
should not have to practice. The goddamn Cleveland Browns
I
have an
remember
indoor
that.
facility, okay?
Right.
But
Seriously.
whatever.
I remember that. I remember watching their training field.
I drove down the interstate. And my dad was like, "That's the
That's the
Bengals right
field.
there." And I was like, "What are they doing?" He's like, "Practicing."
They're hanging out.
I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Because their owner's cheap."
Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
And that's why the NFL has
I didn't
Bengals.
believe it until I saw in the news Mike Brown was pissed. He had to buy hotels for everybody.
Oh my God.
Or whatever.
Like seriously, why would you get mad about your team going to public
Eh,
Super
eh,
Bowl?
Right,
people
that's so
people are
funny.
stupid.
That's why it's Paycor now.
And then my number one for WWE
Oh,
would be
that's
to
funny.
utilize NXT as a third brand.
I agree
They're
with that.
slowly doing that, and I like the New Day going down there fighting, like
Mhm.
mixing it up. Now you got gender down there, and fucking AJ was down
He
there.
was.
They need to
Ziggler
keep-
was down there.
It's okay that people know it exists. It's on the same channel as Raw.
Mhm.
Like
Sure.
it's a part of WWE. And tell me if I'm wrong. When they were trapped in Saudi and NXT went up to SmackDown, how
They
great
owned-
of a show was that?
Owned it.
When NXT
It
was
was,
part
yeah.
of Survivor Series, how amazing was that show?
It was really good.
Owned it.
So
Okay.
why not utilize your future with your current, which will help them?
Yeah.
It's crazy having a veteran work with a youngster like AJ Styles did. Look at Grayson Waller. He's probably going to be the guy that dethrones Braun Breaker after his
Absolutely.
1 year run, which is why they did that stupid angle last night,
They
which
did.
was dumb as fuck,
It was
very
dumb.
fucking dumb. But
Very dumb.
if it leads to what I think it is at their first event outside of the PC,
He's gonna win it.
that's fine.
We
but
know
like
where it's going.
NXT is a very valuable commodity that needs to be utilized correctly. Vince didn't get that. Triple H completely gets
Just
that.
completely gets
And
it.
if you're taking people directly from NXT to the main roster, you definitely need to feature it more to where people know who the fuck these people are when they do get called up. Nobody really knows who Bronson Reed is.
Fact all day.
Nobody really, not everybody knows who Johnny Gargano is. But if it's
Right.
a part of like, it's the NXT rewind and it's like, oh shit, this happened, and you keep them in the loop, then oh my God, Roman went down there and kicked Braun Breakers that whole wait. AJ Styles, like,
Yeah,
make people watch.
Make him tune
He
in.
watched NXT when Styles was down
You
there.
did.
I sure
And
did.
Edge.
You did.
And Edge.
I
yeah.
mean,
Edge,
make people.
Mhm.
This is our like in the respectful way puppet for NXT because I can't get him to watch it. But if Roman was there,
We
or
tried.
Sammy was there, or
Yeah,
KO
I
was
probably
there,
fucking should. I have time.
or
now.
AJ Styles was there,
Yeah.
or fucking anybody, Seth Rollins, like
Seth
anybody
Rollins, yeah.
relevant was down there, he'd be like, "Oh shit, I'll check it
I'll
out."
check
Sure.
it out.
But like
We're working.
Give them a reason.
Now, the thing I'll say, I agree with most of that. I will say it's still a training ground.
Yeah.
So, like, we don't want to, like,
Well,
put
kind of.
too much, because that's what it was. That's what Triple H
It's
wanted
supposed
it
to be developmental.
Developmental.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm not saying don't take it off TV because it needs to be on TV.
No,
Because this is what gets these
it's
guys
a good platform for them.
good, gets them going.
This is WWE's fucking training facility right here. Is NXT.
It is.
It
And
is,
Vince was completely wrong, acting like this doesn't exist when they come to Raw and SmackDown. Like, what the fuck?
Because nobody's like,
It's
why
your-
do you take that
It's your
show?
own network.
Why would you take that show seriously if nothing on it matters when they
Right,
move up?
seriously.
Like
Seriously.
LA Knight was a part of the Maxim male models, and now he's in one of the biggest storylines
That
in
is
WWE.
great,
He's doing
yeah.
a great job.
That's
Did a
where
great
Vince
job.
was
Like
completely
I think LA
wrong.
Knight, like think about it.
Vince treated
Just
it like
think
a
about it.
fucking indie scene. Like, what are you doing?
LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt would happen. Bray Wyatt would be unemployed,
And they're killing
and
it.
LA Knight would be rubbing alcohol on Mansoor's abs, like or
Yeah.
drinking. Granted, the
What does that
SummerSlam commercial.
What does that say about Vince McMahon?
No, I mean, it's not like he's been sued for sexual harassment or anything
Right.
in his life.
Not to throw that around.
But
yeah.
like even the Aquafina commercial that I thought was hilarious, they did some "Are you hot, Mansoor? I'm hot," Mansoor. And they're pouring it on each other, and the girl's like, "I'm hot too."
Oh
And
my
LA
God.
Knight's like, "I'm always
I
hot."
remember.
Yeah, and I was like, "Dude, this is awkwardly
It's funny.
the biggest turn on I've ever had in
Oh
my life."
my God.
Vince thought the same
Anyway,
thing.
yeah, I know.
But like,
What do you think Mansoor's been? He's like, "We're going to Saudi, kid." You know, everybody thinks Cody Rhodes is taking the belt. Mansoor, Saudi, you, Roman Reigns, 1-on-1, you're champ.
it's a whole different
Mansoor
It's
is
a
our
whole-
new champion.
whole different word. Just Saudi meat.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Put those little hats on everybody.
but so
That'll be fun.
I like the idea. NXT needs to be a third brand of WWE when the characters come to Raw and SmackDown, they're the same.
Mhm.
But I don't think it needs to be like super. Like,
Well, I mean, it's not going to be a part of the draft.
publicized.
It's not going to be a part of Survivor Series.
'Cause they're younger.
You might get some every now and then pop up for a few, then go back. I'm saying use it like they're using it right now.
I agree.
Like the New Day's down there. That's a
Mhm.
great. New Day's
Sure.
not doing a shit ton.
And that
Right.
Gender's not doing a
and
lot.
that gets people who are younger the
Yeah,
experience
they
to
get
go
a
with
chance to
older
work with
guys.
them.
I agree with that
And
all
it's,
day.
it's beautiful. And
All
you got
day.
Shawn Michaels calling the shots. Who
Yeah,
else do
he's
you
right.
fucking want?
Yeah,
Him and
exactly.
Road Dogg.
That's why it's good.
So like,
Yeah.
yeah, NXT's a very good
Mhm,
show,
Very good.
I
and
agree.
it deserves. If you're going to
Respect.
use it as that,
Treat it like
use
is
it.
one.
And
Yeah.
it, I mean, to be fair, that SmackDown was amazing. And I mean, too, they did win every fucking match at Survivor Series, by the way, even though Walter lost in like 8 seconds.
Yeah.
That was the only complaint I had.
But he's a big name now.
But yeah,
so,
He is,
he's even Walter, he's Gunther, and he's fucking
so it works.
kicking ass. But all right, Yvonne, transition to you. I talked way too much.
Hey.
I'm like, man, I'd love to get done early, and I talked for 45 minutes.
Hey man, when you get on a roll, it's just easy to do.
Well-
like,
I'm very proud of my first picture.
they were good.
All right, so Yvonne's 5 for AEW. It's no more ex-WWE guys.
Nope.
And for WWE, it
No
is
more
no
part-
more part-timers. So this picture I'm very proud of. This is
Yep.
every motherfucker they took from WWE.
Yep.
To be fair, Jericho went first. Everybody
I don't
else-
think Kenny was ever there, but whatever.
Yeah, Kenny was never in WWE.
Neither were the Bucks.
But
Well,
yeah.
whatever. 90% of this picture came from WWE.
But yeah, since we talked about Triple H is not a fan of part timers, which is what I mean. Roman is. I love Roman. I mean, he's
Yeah,
obviously.
but
I
I
don't
don't
know,
I don't consider
but
Roman
I
part-timer.
don't
No,
either.
he's not
but
part timer.
no, it's just-
He's at least on TV. He
Yeah.
doesn't wrestle all the
Yeah.
time, but
The only part timers that can really think of that are relevant in this
Brock.
conversation:
Brock.
Lesnar, John
Brock.
Cena, and The Rock,
Right,
unfortunately. But he's less than a part timer. But those three are
you're
the
talking.
names.
Well, I put a picture up because I know how she thinks. So this is who she was referring to.
Yeah. Yep.
he also counts.
Yeah,
Those are the
Goldberg.
four.
I'm assuming when she says no more
Yeah.
part-timers,
Yeah.
Brock and Cena are good.
Yeah.
If The Rock wants to come and blow the fucking roof off Hollywood, that's fine.
But
But we don't need Goldberg
We don't
versus
need Goldberg.
yeah.
Don't bring part timers. That ain't worth a waste of time.
I watched
really.
I watched The Longest Yard today while working, and Goldberg's in it, Stone Cold's in
Yeah,
it,
he is. Yep.
and it made me laugh a lot actually, because like Goldberg was like the bad guy. I was like, this is fucking funny. Like Goldberg acting is
Yep.
it's something.
That's what Triple H feels about the part timers. He don't like that stuff. I was thinking Triple H when I put that on. I'm like, yeah.
And Yvonne's number 4
Triple H move
was very similar to mine, just a different order.
for AEW. Yep.
I think they're all pretty similar.
Out of all
AEW's,
the women's division, Tony Khan, you can't fix your women's division. You have no excuse
they got
why
the
they're
talent
embarrassing.
now.
They have the
all the
talent.
talent. Look,
You-
if you want talent, they got it. If you
They
need
got
a-
it.
If you want a girl to go out there half dressed and make me turn my
Just-
TV on, they have that as well. If they want good wrestling,
They
they,
just
have
don't
that as
use
well.
it right.
You want women that stay in the bathroom for 8 months. They have that as well.
There is no lack of talent in
No,
AEW.
no,
there's not.
talent's not an excuse no more. They have like more people than WWE does.
Yeah, there's no lack of
They
talent.
just don't know how
I'm
to
so
use
curious.
it. They don't.
Which one has a bigger roster now?
Right.
That's a great question.
Because AEW might.
They do.
If you consider all those little fucks from New Japan that they
Yeah.
technically own as well, like
I mean, seriously though, that's the problem with AEW.
And, like,
I
what-
enjoyed it last night, but like
Right.
Tony
Tony
Khan,
Khan-
so many people.
the problem is, and I think you touch on it, so I'm not even really going to go into it. Like debut, it's hot, they lose, it's over.
And then you're over.
Then, like,
then you're over.
Because you got
them.
Paige
Yeah.
and Britt Baker and fucking the Tay Mello bitch is like super over. Tony
She is,
Storm,
yep. Tony
Ruby
Storm,
Soho,
yeah.
Rhea, like they have
I mean, think about this. I watched
Serena Deep. It's nice that she got hair since she left Straight Edge Society.
She does.
like Dynamite is like their Raw, right?
Yeah, Dynamite is
And-
all their shit.
And think about this. Like I watched Dynamite today for the first time. Last week's Dynamite today for the first time in a while, long time. And they could. So just thinking if you saw watching it today, they could probably do like 4 Dynamites in a row and have completely a whole different roster each night,
Mhm.
and it would be relevant because they're all
Yep.
big names.
Notice
right?
WWE does that, but
They
they
do.
have more than one fucking show.
I mean,
Right.
I mean, WB. I don't think they don't think they really do that. Like they have the same.
Well, they cycle people through. Like
sure.
you'll see. Like when's the last time you saw Rusev
I don't know.
Well, I thought Rusev was
or Miro?
Miro.
He's in AEW.
Yeah, but when's the last time he's been on TV?
I have no
Like
idea.
they don't.
Well, that's what I'm
But
saying.
like Ali, we've seen Tozawa.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
WWE, that's what the whole NXT thing. When the fuck's the last time we saw gender?
Right.
well, that's why NXT is a little bit different. I think.
No, like just utilize your talent. Like if they have 8
Sure.
shows, use
Right.
them.
Use it.
Like you got Rampage in the
Mhm.
worst time slot in history.
Yeah, they do.
Use
They
it.
do.
Like
It's
put
pretty
MJF
bad.
versus Daniel Bryan on Rampage.
There you go.
Like use it better. Like just make it a one.
Right.
Look, no special shows, but when you do it, look, Tony Khan thinks that, oh, we do 4 pay-per-views. We do a quarterly pay-per-view. We're so much better than WWE because they have so many pay-per-views. But you know what WWE doesn't do is summer's here, summer's halfway over, summer's ending.
Right.
Winter's here.
Yeah.
Like they had 6.
It's
There's
ridiculous.
8 weeks for you idiots out there. And there's tons of you. I saw all of you this morning on the fucking social media. 8 weeks, 6 were special events named. 6 of them. 2 were just called AEW Dynamite. Winter's here. Winter's coming.
Winter's gone. Spring's here.
Halo's coming.
Holy shit! It's Christmas.
The Jaguars are in the playoffs is coming. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Christmas is
fucking, like-
coming. We're done.
but anyway,
But it's
yeah,
like with Dynamite,
it's-
like as I'm saying, like
Yeah.
they have so many people on AEW.
Mhm,
You could
they-
have 4 shows in a row with an entire different
Mhm.
people that
yeah,
night,
they don't.
and nobody would notice it because they're all. I mean, they're all names.
Keith Lee's already mad. He's off TV.
I mean, it's not,
He's
I last night or today watching last week's Dynamite, I never would have thought Keith Lee was even a part of it.
Yeah,
It's
No,
like-
they
that's what I'm
took
saying.
Swerve from him, gave him that guy they always thought would be Brock Lesnar.
I
And
like
now he's
Swerve.
part of that fucking. I like
Very-
Swerve too, but now he's part of some like
he is.
Weird gimmick.
Judgment Day
Yeah.
gimmick.
kind of
Like,
gimmick.
So like I said, I enjoyed last week's or I keep saying last week's AEW, but there's so much that need to stop doing.
Right.
Cut down. You're not wrong. I'm just taking away your time. Stop. I'll stop.
No, you're fine.
But you're not
No,
wrong.
fine.
Cut down the fucking roster shit.
Yeah, either use, you have plenty of women in your roster, big names, but I mean, come on,
and then
man.
she's
It's,
like me.
there's no excuse to not have a women's division like that. There's no excuse.
There's one women's match last night in a 2-hour show, one women's promo, and it was a weak promo. They mentioned Boss like 30 times.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, what are they fucking
Don't
thinking about?
acknowledge wrestlers you don't have and trying to
That
create
goes
heat
into
with
one of
them.
Chuck's big parts in his
It's
list.
ridiculous.
Women's wrestling?
No,
Oh.
mentioning WWE.
And
Oh, yeah.
they do give women more time. I mean, they do give them a little time on TV with big matches, but give them some more time too. Seriously, like it's not just about the men. It's like look what
Oh, yeah,
WWE
it is.
does.
Oh, getting canceled. I've been canceled 3 times.
But like
It is all about men.
they need to. AEW needs to
When's
focus
the last time
on
a
the
woman
women's
won the
division.
Super Bowl? And any smartass that says Tom Brady won 6, I'm gonna kick your ass because he's not a female. He's just a very beautiful man.
He's as close as you're gonna get in the NFL.
But we agree they need to focus
Trevor
on-
Lawrence looks like
Yeah.
a woman.
He does.
but Tom Brady
Stop
wears his now ex-wife's makeup.
Anyway,
Yes.
Yvonne also had bring back old premium
I
live
did,
events, which I had. So.
Yep. Judgment Day, No Way Out.
So Yvonne had an actual GM for
Yep.
AEW
Yep, I did.
and new women's title design for WWE's women's
Yep,
title.
I do.
saw
So like
that.
I put a picture of somebody they just happened to have
Right.
on the roster that would have been a great authority figure. It's like I can't
That's
put my
what came
finger
to
on
mind
it.
for me. William Regal.
But William Regal. But
He-
they brought him on for a month, had him suck John Moxley, Cesaro, and somebody else's
Daniel
dick.
Bryan.
And then he got beat up by MJF,
Wheeler.
and then he went right back
His name's
to.
Wheeler. Something.
Well, he went right back to WWE.
Yeah, him too.
But
Remember when
anyways,
Chris Jericho pissed in his tea back in 2001? It was awesome.
I do not.
He was the GM.
And
back
Yvonne
then.
also wants new titles.
I like the colors,
The
but
collars aren't bad.
we could keep
They do
the
need a
colors
new
and just
design.
a new design.
It does seem like generic. Like, hey, let's just put a big ass
I hate
W
the
in the
W.
middle. You know what I mean?
Like we said earlier, mix it up a little bit. I like that kind of stuff. Like keep the color and just mix it up a little
I like
bit. Just to
different. See,
give
I
it
thought
more
the new
fun.
U.S. title was
Yeah.
different. That's why I like it.
Let's grow it on me.
Like, it's not bad.
I like the old.
I
US
own
title.
the old one, so obviously I like that one.
Yeah.
And general
But-
managers, I won't talk much about. Josh talked about that. I mean, have her authority figure running the show.
It's not
Pierce,
Tony Khan.
as,
We
absolutely.
all three of us have a
Child.
variation of
Not Tony Khan.
just somebody on TV that's not named Tony Khan.
As an idiot.
Adam Pierce does a great job
See,
too.
like, they need
but
an Adam Pierce.
He's
That
all
could have
over
been
the
Regal,
place, but he needs to be on one show.
they
Stick
fucked that
with
up.
it. And AEW just needs an intelligent general manager, somebody intelligent, because we know Tony Khan's not. So to
Could
run it.
Could you imagine being like, I hate to talk shit about Chris Jericho because I like him a lot, but could you imagine being like, how old is Chris Jericho? A 40, 50-year-old guy just kissing the ass of a rich NFL owner
Seriously,
asshole's
right.
child to have a job?
Right.
Could you imagine
I've
that?
lost a lot of respect for Jericho
I
over
know, I
these
did
couple
too.
years, and
It's
then now he
like-
just signed an extension to where he's going to end his career there, and just
Well, that's
Hey,
fine. Whatever.
right.
If he
and none
likes
of it
it,
sits well with
I
him.
mean, he's having fun. He's doing his life. He's doing his thing. He has all kinds of freedom because he's doing a rock band. But I just couldn't imagine, I just couldn't imagine being because like listen, I like Jericho's podcast too. And it's like, but he talks so much. He just kisses the dude's ass, Tony
know.
Khan's ass so
I
much.
know,
I couldn't
seriously.
imagine. Granted, I'm not rich and Jericho's rich, so who the fuck am I to say anything? I have no money, and that's maybe why. Maybe I should kiss some people's asses.
You ain't got no money,
But,
ass.
yeah.
But it's just like I just couldn't imagine being a superstar that Chris Jericho is.
Kissing
A rock
somebody's
band
butt, Yeah.
fucking lead singer,
Yeah.
a
kissing
professional
someone's butt,
wrestler who beat The Rock and Stone Cold in one night
yeah. Mhm.
just to kiss the ass of this stupid fucking kid who, all accounts say
Mhm.
he's great. He has a great wrestling mind. Well, he doesn't have a great wrestling personality. So if he has that great
Right.
mind, stay the fuck home and do your mind off air
Right.
because not everything translates on screen.
Yeah,
Right.
Tony, Cocaine Bear comes out March
Right.
29th. It's like that's where you need to be.
I want to see
Right.
that movie so bad.
I don't.
Did you see the trailer?
Yeah, I saw it during Violent Night.
I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
I can't. I just can't get excited about it.
I'm pumped for it. But yeah, dude, like it's just like Tony Khan. Why is he?
And Yvonne's going to continue on Tony Khan's ass too.
And AEW's women's side, I'll definitely reconstruct that time.
They already
Fix
did.
it.
They made another
Well,
one.
it's ugly. I'm
They've
gonna.
already had two.
They need a new one.
Like,
I'm going to 3 there. 3's the charm there. They're both ugly. They're going. I'm
And
going to read
Yvonne-
a bigger and better one.
once follow through with storylines and make them make sense.
Yep,
from
Tony
AEW
Khan.
and
take
general
notes.
managers for each show. So the GMs we kind of touched on, but
Yep.
I put this picture because of
Yep.
the storyline of where Punk won the title from him
Mhm.
on Wednesday and then lost it back to him
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Oh, so-
That was before the drama. So don't even say, well, he was going to
It's
leave.
like-
No, he did not know he was leaving.
Right,
This
we
was before
didn't.
the news
That's
conference.
before his dog got kicked.
just
Right.
just as
Right.
because just as likely as it is that Vince McMahon staged his sexual harassment and then he sold the company to Saudi, then he made the cops arrest him, and then he made the cops let him leave.
I don't think Vince ever arrested.
No, this is what I'm reading on Twitter this morning.
Oh, okay.
These are things being reported by like websites.
Oh.
Like, oh, Vince had this. The Meltzer said Vince had this done since November.
But he was never arrested.
I
This is
know.
Dave Meltzer. This is the guy people worship. But anyways, Yvonne, go ahead.
But
They do have a
yeah.
lot of stupid storylines
But yeah.
that go nowhere.
They bring Punk back to win the belt, and obviously,
Oh, look, he has an interim title.
exactly. And yeah, Moxley did. So
This will
bring,
tie into your number one.
so yeah, they bring Punk back, and he obviously was like, "Oh, he's gonna win the belt." He does, and then he loses, and Moxley has it 1 week. You don't do that
I mean,
because
his
it's
feud with
boring.
MJF was probably the only thing good that came out of his.
And it's like what
I
Becky,
agree.
it's
It's
back
like
and
you
forth.
feed
It's-
your young guys to some of these guys
It's
too.
ridiculous.
You're right. The storylines are completely ridiculous.
It's all over the place because he thinks that he sees
I mean,
two
you
big
got-
names, he throws them, and he thinks it works, and it doesn't.
That's correct.
No,
Two
he's
big
throwing-
names thrown
Like
together.
he's throwing shit at the
And
wall.
it's bad
It's
booking.
not like
Bad booking.
you throw shit at the wall. If it sticks, you use it.
Yeah.
He's throwing shit at the wall. It's like falling right off, and he's
It
like,
is.
"Oh, that's great.
Let's do it again.
That's our main event."
He doesn't get it.
Because they
Oh, best of 7. They did that in SmackDown in 2004 between Booker
Yeah.
T and John Cena. Let's do it. And Cesaro and the Bar and fucking I forget who they fought, but Oh, the bar itself. It was
Yeah.
Sheamus versus Cesaro.
That's why I said the bar started. Through
So
that
dumb.
best of 7.
It-
So the
it's
best of 7
crazy.
is such a unique thing. It works when it works, but you can't just do it just to do it.
AEW thinks it works. They're
Oh.
they're promoting it during basketball games now. I had a $5 parlay last night, so I'm watching the Cavs game
They fucking
because
pronounce
I still have like $200 free credit still.
Sure.
I've referred like 3 people at work. It's great.
it. Hell yeah.
But I just keep banking on like the Bengals bets that I showed you. Like this
Yeah.
weekend, it's if you guys score 1 point.
I saw like
So like
I have a hard time seeing them, but when I do, I'm like, oh, it makes sense. But like it's fine.
just check your shit.
Yeah, I'm too stupid
on
to figure
Sunday.
that out. Yeah.
Sunday, get on there. It'll
That's
be
what
right
it
there. Do it. Get your free money.
But I hit it, nothing happens. I have to like do other things. That's fine.
Yeah, it's
I'm stupid.
all right. And Yvonne's number 1 was very somewhat well. I have interim titles as well. But
Definitely number 1. Definitely.
Then-
That is the most annoying
talk
thing.
about
Annoying.
the split.
Yeah, and as much as I love Roman, I do. Again, thinking like kind of like Triple H, one title on SmackDown like it should be, and different talent. You get to use other talent. They can have a chance to.
Well, one thing I'll agree
You
with
know.
Vince said, just like look at him.
Yeah,
He
Just
is
look.
the face of
Oh,
your like.
he is.
He's the face
He
of
is.
your company.
Yep.
No one has argued his look since 2013.
But I get
He
just kind of
has
hit
the
me like
look.
him with
Yep.
those belts. He looks
Yeah.
so bad. You know how
He does.
badass it would be if the belts looked better.
No,
They
that's
do.
it.
Yeah,
The problem with
that's
Roman
true.
Reigns is
I
entire
want
career.
one big belt,
There we go.
I mean, like
like
the
the old undisputed. That was,
Yeah.
I want one title.
I like the old WCW.
I want one
That's
where
my
like
favorite.
I think there's one that's
The
leaked
gold.
where it's combined and it's gold all the way around,
I like it.
and the W is kind of more outer, but it has like the plates and shit, but it's all gold. Like
Yeah.
something I like one belt.
I like the old gold. Yeah, I like the old WCW gold belt.
Like if you're gonna keep a
Mhm.
brand split, let the
Right.
do it like you used to do. Let the champion travel. Let the world champion travel.
Right.
Have one belt, utilize the rest of it. Then that way, that guy,
Way to do it.
whoever's hot. Oh, Sami Zayn's hot as fuck right now. USA wants him on there. Well, Sami Zayn's the world champion, so he'll be on both
Right.
shows. Just using that as an example, because
Yeah.
you could ride the hot
You
hand
could,
better.
yep.
they've
For
done,
Roman being
they've
part,
done that.
yeah, but it worked back in the day. But Vince fucking always got away with it. He'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna do something different now.
Yeah.
Like he would just the day of, how nice it is. I don't have to read a report every day. Well, the script for Raw got tore up 3 times today. When's
Yeah.
the last time you've read
Yeah.
that?
I hope that
Exactly.
stays. I hope
Because
that
Triple H
stays.
ain't ripping up the
No,
fucking
I hope that
shit.
stays. I hope that stays.
Anyway, Juwan,
And then we talked about AEW. I mean,
the interim
too
titles.
many.
We
I
beat
mean,
that to death.
and I
on the
forgot
show.
the TBS
They're
is
the worst.
The TBS is women's title. Sorry, Jay Cargill.
So Jimmy was
that'd be
like,
gone.
we should take a sign.
That'd be gone.
And I was like, okay, I'm down. And my sign should be like, WWE needs interim champions. And like I'll be out there holding my sign in the crowd
I like that.
as I'm wearing my
Yeah.
Acknowledge Your Daddy shirt.
So the AEW's women's would have a women's title, maybe a tag title, maybe only if that division was fixed a little better, they could. But as of now, they're gonna have one belt. So they improve, they're gonna get more belts. But
Talking about AEW.
I agree.
Yeah, they can't do shit with their own belts. They don't need interim champions
TBS,
too.
sorry to Jay Cargill, that's gone. Sorry, that's gone.
It is kind of weird though when you think about it. Like back in the day, Raw was the show, SmackDown was the B show. Now
It's completely
the undisputed,
flipped.
you don't see the
Mhm.
champion on Raw anymore. It's
You don't.
crazy.
Yeah, it's part of that. And that Fox is just a much bigger network.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, they have more money than
that
USA.
helps.
But it's just
When they were competing
think
with,
of the times, it's crazy.
Channel 25, like UPN, what the fuck was we watching SmackDown on back in the day?
Yeah,
Sci-fi, like they had it. They had it on some
Yeah.
interesting ass channels, dude.
it was UPN that turned into CW.
It was like Channel
It did.
19.
and then it went to went to Sci-Fi for a bit, and then
I
it
remember
came
that.
back.
And when it went to Fox, it fucking exploded.
It went from Tuesday. It went from
Yeah.
Thursdays to Tuesdays to Fridays, back to Thursdays.
Back to Fridays, yeah.
Back to and then
So yeah, it's AEW just needs to keep their main titles that they actually use. Don't create stupid nonsense titles. That's they're not relevant.
you're not
they're
fucking
not.
wrong.
They're not.
That's a good list.
What's wrong with using main titles?
Yvonne, that was a solid list. And
3.
You didn't mention Randy Orton one time.
Good
I'm
job.
so
I-
proud of you.
Hey, sometimes I don't.
I mean,
Here,
that's one
here,
washed
let's
up.
do this one. No, Randy Orton.
No, Randy Orton, Yvonne.
Hey, he's been hurt. Dave.
That's
Don't
one
remind
less
me.
washed up has been. I have to hear you talk about
Yeah.
shit.
Easy. He ain't
AJ
one-
Styles, you and Randy Orton have fun in the nursing home together. You
Oh,
guys.
nope.
No,
Turn your
not.
mic off now. What is this? No more
My
talking.
neck. You want to hear their remix? My neck,
No.
my back, my ankle, and my crack. Like,
Shut
dude,
up.
they're all fucked up in the nursing home together.
They both held the
It's fine.
companies on their shoulders for
but
years. That
Randy
makes
Orton
sense.
and AJ can't wrestle, but Ric Flair's out there doing it. Hello.
Ew.
Anyways.
Ew.
Is he?
We're
Is he?
transitioning to
Is
Chuck's
he?
list
Go on, Chuck's list.
from one Predator.
I
So
saw.
we started from Vince, then to Flair. That's Predator against Predator.
I saw a commercial for Ric Flair's little stupid fucking new documentary.
Oh, on Peacock.
And Ric Flair, I turned it right away, but something like Ric Flair was like, I was never a gimmick. It was my life. We all know, Rick.
Yeah.
We all fucking know.
We saw the Dark Side of the Ring documentary.
We did.
Do the hell you look? There's a PD Pablo song called "Raised Up." I used to really like when I was a kid. It said, "Take your shirt off, twist around your head,
I
spin it like
remember
a
that
helicopter."
song.
I did not know a grown man that would do that and swap his dick around on an airplane. That is not what PD Pablo meant.
No.
But
Ric Flair does it seriously.
anyways,
My favorite thing about Ric Flair is when he had his credit cards declined in fucking Fort Wayne, Indiana, like 10 years ago.
That's funny.
For fuck's sakes, Ric Flair. Anyway,
Chuck's
Seriously.
5.
No Lord.
gone off TV
I agree.
all day.
Look at him.
100%.
Yeah.
Ew.
Look at that little
Ew.
smile. Look at that little creepy
He looks
smile.
like a little Q-tip. Like
He
a
does.
constant.
He does like a Q-tip.
And then
Like
we're pushing these premium lines.
we are pushing them. Yep. We are.
Change it back to the old shit.
I mean,
and
I'm pretty
the
sure I
old
said
stages.
pay-per-views.
You said stages.
Oh, fair enough.
It's in the group chat, damn it. When I saw your number 1, I was like, how drunk is he right now?
Last night? Was it
No.
last night?
Sunday night.
No, probably still drunk. So yeah, this is the stages in general. Like ever since we went HD, everything went the same screen.
Yeah, it's
as
the
everything.
same, just different
It's
pictures.
like, dude, you watched back in the old days. I'm not even like trying to say old days like the good times. I'm just saying back before 08 with the HD shit. Each show felt so important because of how the stage looked. It was a unique stage, not just like props on the stage under a big rectangle screen, but like the stage was unique and it felt important. And I feel like that's something that we're missing in wrestling because back in the day, adults think we were kids, but adults at the same time are like, oh, I got to see what the stage looks like because it's fucking awesome.
Mhm.
And, I think that's something that we're missing. It takes away some of the connection of a show when every stage looks the fucking same. And they kind of tried to make SmackDown and Raw look different here
that's what
lately.
AEW just did. They just changed their
I
whole
saw-
set.
They
It
did.
looks much better.
I
It
agree.
does look
I
a lot
like
better.
that.
Much better.
I thought that was neat.
It's
It
nice
does.
to switch shit up.
It is.
It
And
is.
the fucking baby face coming out of the left tunnel and the heel coming out of the right
Oh,
tunnel
yes.
was stupid anyway.
That
So
was
like,
dumb.
I mean,
they have a normal, like they basically just now have a WWE basic stage.
sure.
That's what they needed.
They
Like
do.
Yeah.
it makes their shit look better.
I mean, I think it's all about, Raw can be the same stage.
Do you remember-
SmackDown can be the same stage.
you remember when-
pay-per-view should be unique?
Do you remember when NXT did In Your House and they had the whole house set up?
And if you guys remember the In Your House pay-per-views back in the day,
Like they
when
had
Hart
like
died,
remember
that's what it
because
looked
Gargano
like.
and Ciampa were fighting, hitting each other with like chairs from home.
exactly.
So it was like they had the whole stage.
Exactly.
NXT does a very good
They
job
do.
of
Well, 'cause
utilizing those.
Triple H agrees with us when the stage should be different. Because
Yes.
he was a
Right.
wrestler back when that was a thing.
And
So,
yeah,
I mean, that's it. I think each pay-per-view, like I'm okay with the Raw stage being the same. SmackDown
Yeah.
should be different from Raw, but still be the
Right.
same stage every week. Pay-per-views should be unique.
Mhm.
That's it. And Triple H understands that. You see that in NXT. With the main roster, he hasn't had the time to do that. But without that, there's no connection with the pay-per-view. Why am I going to spend $60 when we don't really need to now because of the fucking Peacock?
Yep.
But you know what I'm saying.
Right. Right.
and you're number 4.
Eliminate titles.
That's
We were talking
AEW.
about that. Yeah,
Yeah, we did.
we've
Yep.
run that into the
That
ground.
was on
Then
all of
split up
ours.
the Universal titles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've already run that into the ground.
These are both unanimous between us.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen as often as it used to.
Right.
Number 3.
AEW.
I agree with this one 100%.
Knock it the fuck off.
Like, seriously.
Grow up. I know. Look at his little fucking face.
Man up.
Oh, he's all clean shaven. How do you yell at that face?
Like, now listen. It's time to put your big boy pants on. Maybe take that tie off. Make it a little bit looser.
But Dad, I don't want to.
Be a man for once.
Dad, I need
Like,
$500 million to buy WWE.
Dude,
please.
Tony Khan is the epitome of I love WWF, WWE. I want to do it myself. Like he's the epitome of I'm going to do everything they do, and whenever anything happens, I'm going to bring him up. He even fucking tweeted the day on I think Friday when it was announced that Vince was coming back. He even tweeted, "Oh, my staff is being really nice to me today." ... Fuck you.
Seriously.
Like your staff, like dude, you're a fucking child. You're 13 years old. What the fuck? Like, stop. I hate it. If you have to mention,
I couldn't tell.
do you know what other companies mentioned WWE when they were kind of hot?
McDonald's?
Them too, probably. But TNA used to do that shit. And guess what?
Yeah,
they
they
didn't
did.
succeed. I mean, they're still a thing, but they're not as big.
Well, yeah,
as
they
thought.
tried to go head to head on Monday Night Raw.
They
Yeah,
did.
yeah. And AEW is bigger than what TNA got, in my opinion,
I agree.
because they have more money and bigger stars.
They have
but
more money.
at the same, that's it. But at the same
That's the
time,
kicker right there.
you're not gonna get any bigger. Because all
Nope.
you do is mention WWE every fucking
Every
week,
week.
every
Yeah.
Wednesday,
They're
every
rent-free.
Friday.
That's another topic on the show we beat to death. Shut the fuck up.
Stop.
Like
For fuck's
MJF
sakes.
is the only one that's okay, but he's like furthering like I'm going there.
Tell us you love WWE without saying you love WWE.
Yeah, like-
Right. Seriously.
Jesus Christ, stop it. Stop it. If I have to hear another WWE reference in AEW, I'm not going to watch anymore, which I know is a big threat. But, but I mean, it's just like, I
It
get
is for them. Every fan counts. for them.
I really liked it when I watched it. I watched last
You're
week
in
today.
that 21 to 40 demo they covet.
Yeah. But seriously, why do we got to bring him up every fucking week?
Seriously.
Stop it. Stop it. Be your own show.
This is your stop number, isn't it? No more split.
Yep.
No more brand split.
This was an either or. It was an either or. So either no more brand split or we do only brand split, which means
Okay, so yours is either go all in or get all out.
exactly.
Okay,
Because we're
that's
not,
fair.
we keep teeter-tottering.
They do.
They
You're
do.
right.
They
And
do.
it's so
And I
either
think Triple H wants to legitimize that, like doing the draft after Mania.
Yeah.
sure.
Then it's like his, all right, dude, like this is what we're gonna do.
And I don't care either way. I'm cool either way.
No, I'm with you.
But make
I
a
agree.
decision.
One or the other.
yeah, like
Right.
be with it or be
Or be
Exactly.
out, yeah.
Have Raw be Raw, have SmackDown be SmackDown, or have them be the same thing. But I'm tired of the teeter
I
totter.
agree. You gotta stick with one.
Like we have Undisputed Champion, but we have Raw, we have SmackDown, we have the same Pierce doing both shows, but yet they're different things.
Right. Just stop.
I don't care what we do. Just be concise and
Just pick one or the other.
pick a lane. That's it.
And
pick a
stick with-
lane.
And stick with it.
number 2.
I like this too. We already mentioned this.
You
But
have.
Build
Like,
around the stars that you have.
I just happen to pick this picture.
Absolutely. It's the perfect one.
I mean,
Absolutely.
MJF,
Good-looking
Jungle
dude.
Boy, Darby Allin,
that's-
Britt Baker.
Absolutely.
Like they have a core
They do.
of people that's been there. The
Absolutely.
Acclaimed, who are very over as a tag team, by the way. And I do enjoy their work.
Sure.
They're
The
good.
Acclaimed,
Yeah.
their raps are funny.
They are
No,
funny.
but like you got Jeff Jarrett in the title picture. That's a problem.
That's a problem.
I'm not going there. That's a whole different
That's
thing.
a big
Sure.
problem.
Number 6 on my list. I would not have Jeff Jarrett in any championship match.
Right.
dude, I texted you guys. I texted.
Yeah, you texted me.
like Jeff Jarrett. I might have to.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to
Yep.
stop watching.
Yes.
I
Yep, I remember.
agree.
I remember.
Jeff Jarrett. Ugh.
It's like, he's the worst.
So yeah, they need to
Too
utilize their stars. And then you and Yvonne right here.
Yep.
I just happen to pick this picture as well. These are
There
our 2
you go.
favorites.
Remember 03?
There you
Remember
go.
WrestleMania?
There you go.
What, WrestleMania and the Rumble, like, what, 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah.
That's all we got was them.
And the Survivor
and Saudi.
Series.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when it comes to with AEW, yes, pick this. Just take your stars and go with it. Stop,
Right.
like Yvonne already mentioned earlier. Stop hiring everybody every 3 days. Go with what you have. Make them big. Make them big. Make them stars.
That's what she said.
AEW or WWE. You got big
I
stars.
knew that was coming.
Stop bringing
Yeah.
in Brock Lesnar to fucking fill a pay-per-view card.
You know, I had a
Like,
dream the other night that Brock Lesnar tape showed up at AEW, and I was very upset.
dude,
I was like, I threw something.
That's
I woke up pissed off. I drank that chocolate milk with anger when I woke up.
When I was in college, I remember having a dream about Triple H invading TNA when I watched TNA.
It was so weird.
That's funny.
He F5. He interrupted the fucking trio match and just started F5ing all of them. And I was like, no,
You know
Brock,
what?
come back.
I'll probably watch that episode of AEW. So I get it.
And then you're number 1. Okay, one of them I get. The other one,
I don't even want to know.
I think you drank a little, but
I'm
it's
always,
fine.
I'm always drinking a little.
So special shows, but in your comments was like, he's a fucking star, okay? Like you might have been intoxicated. Go back in the group chat and see what you put.
I'm saying
You're like,
push Elias.
no, you said like he's a fucking star. You had like a whole like little thing for it. Like you said like push Elias. He's a fucking star. What are they missing? What are they stupid? Push him. And I was like, Ben had a couple.
Well, I think
I guess I didn't think out of everything, this would be the one thing, like your number one thing for WWE to do to fix it.
dude,
Would
he's
be
a
like,
superstar. He is a
Push him.
fucking superstar.
I've spent $462 in his clothing over the last 2 years.
That's 4%
I'm
more
aware.
than me.
Like I'm fully aware.
But yeah,
I got people at the bar saying I walk with Elias, and I got people that think that's what literally WWE stands for.
that
Literally.
proves the
So,
point
like,
of push this motherfucker.
All we got to do is mention Seattle, Kevin Owens, Elias. I mean, that was
There
the
you
crowd
go.
you wanted right there.
But yeah,
He couldn't talk for 5 minutes. All he
He
mentioned
kept
was the Seattle
interrupted.
Supersonics.
He kept
Like
getting
it's the
interrupted,
greatest
yeah.
dig, and like
they
yeah,
keep fucking
Yep,
with him.
yep. I agree.
They
I'm
turned him.
100% behind this.
They turned him into a Shane Lackey, and then
When
they,
if Elias shows up on Raw, we're gonna start the we want Elias chant.
all day, every day.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so like
Dude, like what the fuck?
after my Applebee's,
whatever alcohol's on special that day.
I was excited to see him actually have a match against Solo. So I know he's fucking have a good.
Oh, dude, and he had a good
It was a
match.
great
He
match.
did.
It was a
Very
good match.
But he lost, which I know he would.
Yeah, but like,
Fuck.
he had a good match.
Let's let him start winning some shit.
Yeah,
Get him
I
away
agree.
from the bloodline.
Let's find him a storyline. Well, here's the thing. He was about the team with Riddle, but Riddle started doing cocaine with my ex-girlfriend.
That happens.
So like,
He did the bongo.
he kind of got fucked.
But
He was training in a good direction with Riddle.
He was.
And then Orton was going to come
It
back.
has to be a thing.
Yeah, I agree.
But just
He
give
should
him.
be able to stand by himself.
He can.
should.
I know. We've
He
seen
proved
him.
it.
He was number 4 on the charts
He was.
for 25 minutes, but he was. He was above Taylor Swift
That's still proof.
and Post
It
Malone.
proves it
That's
something.
proof. And we all know Vince loves him. He can get big outside
Mainstream,
WWE.
yes.
There
So
you go.
like, and he did it while inside WWE.
Yeah.
That should fucking tell you something.
He's got a number.
So-
He's got a number 1 album. Motherfucker.
Whenever I see him in a fucking thing with somebody who I knew who's going to beat him, I get aggravated. I was happy to see him be in that match, and I was happy to see how long that match was.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a really. And I'm a huge Solo guy.
I
Sure,
like
he's
Solo,
good.
too.
Like I said, he's going to be the biggest member out of the bloodline,
Yeah, he is.
including Roman.
He's going to be
He's
the
gonna
breakout.
be-
He's going to be
dude,
breakout.
around.
This
Yeah,
might be
absolutely.
his year
sure.
It will be.
because when he turns on Roman,
It's going to be a big
oh,
Oh, boy.
thing.
man,
It's going to be a thing.
man, what if he's? I mean, just throwing shit at the wall. What if they start having issues when The Rock shows up?
Why not?
Where's the Usos loyalty? Like, oh shit, that like if
They're
Roman's
loyal
the
to
man,
him.
The
Yeah.
Rock was the
I think
man.
was.
Solo is going to side with Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I do see.
I-
That's what's so beautiful about this. Like the popcorn thing is amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
it was.
it's the little things.
Perfect.
That was
But like,
nice.
there's so much depth to this story. That's like when you're like, I'm kind of sick of it. Then you're like, oh shit, it's fresh again.
No, when
Yeah.
when Triple H took over,
Yeah.
that's when
Mhm.
that still happened. Fucking perfect. So yeah, all of that. Elias, is my
Push Elias.
Push
Push
Elias.
Elias.
Come on.
At the end of the day, this whole episode is about pushing Elias.
He's
And 2 weeks from now is our
Yep.
picks.
Look at them. Look at all that electricity.
Yeah,
Electrifying.
I wonder what that's hinting at.
I know.
It's like the
right?
Bray Wyatt thing where the fireflies
Yeah.
are everywhere, and look,
Yeah.
it's Bray.
Oh boy.
So we do have 2 matches confirmed for the Royal Rumble, which is live on Peacock, and we're not getting paid. So no. Somebody asked me, "Do you get paid for promoting WWE?" I was like, "I don't.
I wish.
I just
We-
announced it."
We wish.
No, we do not.
We like it, and our
Live.
podcast is about it.
Saturday, January 20th, 8/5 Pacific. We will not be there live, which means it'll probably be an amazing show, unlike the one
Right.
last year.
Dude, going forward, just start saying yes.
Okay. Also, I'm getting paid 37 cents to do this promo right now. Roman Reigns will defend. His title gets Kevin Owens. Will The Rock appear? I don't know. There's electric there, too.
I mean, probably. That's my guess.
Hey, Connor's back. Oh, sorry, I'm late. Had to work OT. It's okay.
What's
you can
up?
go back and watch this on every
Ooh.
platform that exists.
I hate coworkers who don't show up.
Yeah.
They're the worst.
Chuck loves his coworker.
He does. He loves
Bray
it.
Wyatt will take on LA Knight. Yeah.
The Mountain Dew.
And
Yeah.
if you haven't noticed LA Knight's catchphrase is yeah,
Yep.
I have. And it's called on. When I answer people, I answer that in that tone now.
Yeah.
And when,
That's what
when
it
I
sounds
get
like, yeah.
when people are like, I knock on the door and like, hello, I'm like, let me in. People don't open the doors for me as much as they used to, but I
I
did
see
make
Oh,
why.
do you say it like that?
yeah, I'd say it
All
exactly.
right.
like
Well,
that.
that makes sense.
I wanted to bring more WWE into my vocabulary.
I
So
like it, I
I'm
like
using catchphrases. A girl's like, I'm like, hi, how are you? She's like, no, not a chance. And I'm like, but I'm the show stealer.
Yeah, tell her just bring it.
I start quoting Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, for
I like
God's
that. That's a
sake.
good
I'm
idea.
the show off, baby. And he's like, no.
Oh, for
then
God's
I
sakes.
turn into Vince McMahon.
Oh,
Get it.
God.
What do you got? 3 million?
How much?
How much?
No, that's Chuck's.
Look. Somebody on
That's
Twitter the
not-
other day said, well, you know it wouldn't be a Vince McMahon move. He's like, Vince McMahon would have never fired Mandy Rose.
He probably wouldn't have.
He would have gave her a nice little raise
if you
of
know.
right about 3
Yeah.
million.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else. And it's like at his age, it's very little.
Oh, I mean,
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
God.
it'd have been kind of a limp.
John Laurinaitis was his backup. He
People
brought the beef
power.
after.
People power.
Vince was the appetizer.
Oh, the people power.
If this episode got like put on TV, we would. Oh my
Hey, man,
God.
we didn't pay him 3 million.
Yvonne, they'd be sending Yvonne money.
They
Yeah,
would
Like,
be.
get her off the show.
Right.
Like, that poor girl.
Are you okay?
Obviously not.
But yeah, I'm excited from the Rumble, and obviously the
Yeah.
Women's Royal Rumble and the Men's Royal Rumble will happen as
Absolutely,
well.
yeah.
So
Absolutely.
those are the 4
They are gonna
matches
happen.
confirmed
Yep.
as of right now. And
Yeah.
good for. I'm happy about that. Gunther and Strowman happened on Friday and not at the Rumble. I did
Right,
not want
I
that
agree.
match there.
Yeah. It'd be
I
a
want
fun
both of them
match.
in the
The
Rumble.
Rumble.
They'll beat
match.
each other,
There
but
you
like,
go.
yeah, it doesn't be the
It
Rumble.
doesn't need. I don't think so. And I think maybe you could utilize the U.S. title there because Theory's been all over TV.
He's
this year,
all
so
over.
Theory's still doing very good with his new
Very
gimmick or whatever
good.
the hell you want to call it.
I hope he wins the Rumble. Just be like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Now what?
What am I gonna do with it?
Now what am I gonna do?
Roman's still there.
That made me laugh.
Now
Yeah.
what? down this
My
road again.
computer just went into a reboot.
Well, I think we're done anyway.
Well, I mean, I don't need it anymore, so we're good either
Yeah.
way. But my computer was like, "You need updated." So like, I left it sitting there and like update later. I guess 7:20 Eastern
PM.
time was later.
That's it. That's later. Well,
Yeah.
that wraps it up, doesn't it?
That was a
And,
fun one.
That was fun.
All right. Well, thank you, Connor, for joining in late. I expect
Absolutely.
you. I'm gonna
Go back.
I'm gonna question you next week if you watch.
Yeah,
this.
like, hey,
There we go.
what was Chuck's number 2 thing he'd fix in
Yeah.
AEW?
Exactly.
Don't think we won't quiz you next week. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed the show. If you didn't, again, we're an hour,
It's your
something.
problem.
and
We're an hour and change in.
so that's on you for
Yep.
for watching things that you know. I get it. You're a sadist a little bit. You like to torture yourself. I've been there. But hope you all keep watching the show and follow us on our
Next week,
follow us on
Next
Twitter.
week.
a follow up from Raw.
Yep.
Follow us on. Yeah, we're gonna roll in just what 5 days from now.
Monday.
We'll be at Raw.
Monday. Yep.
I did.
So-
I have a so my buddy Jimmy, he's going with us. Sunday he's going to the Bengals game,
He's doing double duty.
and then Monday night he's going to Raw, which is like right down the road.
right. It's right,
And then
it's right down,
Tuesday
yeah.
our dart league starts again.
That's fine.
So
You'll be
I was
a
like,
tired
bro,
guy.
we got a fucking event.
gotta
It's like
watch.
don't eat like I ain't doing shit. I'm sitting at home watching the game Sunday, like everybody else.
I'll be
I'm excited
watching.
for the game.
I'm pumped for the
But
game.
then I got Raw and then Dart League. So it's a pretty I'm
Well,
a football like
It's a busy week.
if you would ever use the word obsessed with me and anything else, it would be sports and it would be
Sports, it
football.
is,
So like Saturday at 4:30, don't text my phone. Like Kansas City, or not Kansas City, but the Rams. God damn it. The Chargers play Jacksonville and the Niners play the Seahawks, which is two
Well,
rivals.
now we're finally
These are-
in the
this is the
playoffs.
playoffs.
So-
Playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and gambling's legal, and Josh has a lot of free credits left.
There you
So,
go.
and Chuck's made some little bit of money.
He has.
I
yeah.
made $100.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
got more to be made. He's just
Yeah.
waiting for these free parlays that
That's
they're
right.
giving away.
That's all about.
See, everybody thought I was nuts. Some guy at work, I showed him how I did it. I was like, watch this. I came in the next day. He's like, look, $50. He's like, wow, how do I do it? And today I gave him all my info. He wrote like all his shit down on a piece of paper. Like, here,
There
what do I
you
got to
go.
do? I was like, bro, just give me your phone number. I'll send you this link.
That's it.
And he wagered
can
his
do.
bet, and when it pays off, when it goes through tonight, Josh will have 100 more FanDuel dollars.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Refer. Bet. But if you have a gambling problem,
Don't do it.
don't call me.
Because once I'm out, I'm out.
When I'm out of free credit, I'm done. But I
Right.
keep
Yeah.
building more. So,
What's up? So yeah, I'm excited for football this weekend.
man, it's nice when I'm like broke. I'm like, damn, because I hit $115 the other night on the
It's
Cavs.
fucking
I was like,
take it.
yeah, like, oh shit, dude, that's
Can't
money
beat
for
that.
Applebee's and to get me something at Raw.
Oh, speaking of
Yeah.
that, you were talking about what we're gonna wear, what shirts. I'm wearing this. I'm gonna fucking represent.
I'm wearing my brand new white hoodie that I just bought with my acknowledge your daddy shirt over it.
There you go.
That way
Yeah.
people see it.
I like
And
it.
I'll have my fake $80 Arthur chain I bought at the Dayton Mall on as well.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I know people stop me like, that's awesome. It's like, this was $60.
There you go.
But like,
There you
I'm not
go.
trying to be anything. I just like Arthur.
I
And
get
he's
it.
wearing a
Right.
gold chain. And
If
he's,
you like it, you like it.
yeah, it's fake gold.
Take it,
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
Well, so continue to watch the show. Tell your friends, tell your wives, tell your family.
don't tell your wife.
Every Wednesday, 6-ish p.m. Eastern Standard
We go
Time.
live when we fucking care.
And
feel
when we
like.
decide to go live, we go live. You have a problem with that? Fuck off.
Yeah, like,
And
Seriously.
be
follow
like
us on
Connor,
Twitter.
Watch us on YouTube or fucking. Some guy was at work today. He's like, "You do the wrestling pod?" Because he's like, "Oh my god, shit's going down." And I was like, "Yeah, it's
It's
been a
going
crazy
down.
couple of days." He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Well, I got a pod tonight." He's like, "Oh yeah, what's it called?" And I told him.
nice.
Like, he might have
So,
tuned in.
You got a few people watching from work. I got a guy
Yeah.
watching from work too. Like, I gotta be careful what I
Right.
say. But that's okay.
Me too. Yeah.
Also, for all you audio listeners, you can find us on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your audio podcast. I love you guys as just as much, just as well.
I don't look.
And I probably sound prettier than what I look on there, so I prefer the audio. You don't see a shiner on my forehead popping off. But I think that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it. That's the end.
That's it.
This
Yeah.
is the end.
Until next time, fellas and ladies, continue to fear regularly scheduled